Lowry and DeRozan in opposite jerseys. I know it's been a little bit, but they spent so much time in Toronto together, and it's still a little awkward as that ball is kicked out of bounds, bumped out of bounds. It will stay with Chicago as Caruso will head to the bench and get his first rest, and the Florida State product, Patrick Williams, in for his first time tonight.
Patrick Williams very integral in that win, going up and guarding Pascal Siakam against Toronto.
God, his length on the perimeter is pretty wicked. Ball tipped, safe and went out of bounds to Lowry, but right to Levine. He can't grab a hold of it, and it squirts out of bounds in the far right corner. So it is a stop for Miami. And it'll be a Vincent-Lowry backcourt now for the Heat. Coming off the pin down, Strus catches, shovels it right back to Vincent between the circles. 5:10 to go in the quarter. Around the screen, hits a rolling Butler, climbs the defender Vucevic and puts it in off the glass, and Butler's in the books now, and it's a 6-point advantage.
An encouraging sign seeing Jimmy Butler finishing in the painted area. Didn't finish very well on Tuesday night.
Swing it to Levine off the pick and pop. Zach takes the dribble to the top of the arc, pitches to Williams on the left wing. Bounce pass into Vucevic, but he's well off the left side of the lane. Bumps into Butler. Skip pass over the top, caught by Beverly. Up top, a three straight away. Drano, what a shot. Knocked down by Kobe White, his first look at the game.
And the defensive mistake for Miami on that one was really rotating to Patrick Beverly. You may want to stay in between he and Kobe White, not allowing Kobe White, a knockdown shooter, to have that opportunity.
Adebayo on an ISO, gets in the lane, spins, shoots, and scores between the broken line and the restricted area. Pretty quick move for Bam Adebayo.
Absolutely was, and got to his sweet spot, used the spin move to be able to shoot over top of a smaller Vucevic.
Josh Tiven calls for a whistle and a stop, but sure they want to adjust the shot clock. They'll put it at 20, and about 2 seconds off. Subs will not be able to enter here. Sumu is going to check in for the Bulls' next dead ball. Martin for Miami. Coming up on the 4-minute mark as Beverly picks up his dribble right front court. Sends to White, lob it into Vucevic. Double team. Ball pinched loose. Lowry with the loose ball ahead to Strus. Strus to the right side of the rim. Lays it up. No good. Blocking foul is the call on the collision right side of the lane. Beverly was trying to take a charge, and he has an incredulous look as he gets up off the hardwood. Bulls foul at 4 minutes to go, and a free throw opportunity for Miami once again.
I think Pat Bev was just as shocked as everyone else the fact that Max Strus was coming inside the three-point line. He's had so much success. I would have stopped and pulled up and shot that one, especially when you've already started the game 4 for 5 from beyond the arc.
Yeah, all 4 of those threes made by Strus in the early going before we could even stop play, basically. DeRozan checks back in for Chicago. Dosunmu in for the first time. Meanwhile, Martin checks in, Caleb Martin for Miami. Got some old heads around here and some new young guns, too.
Absolutely do. And one of the things about this game is not a tremendous amount of size. You've got Bam Adebayo and Vucevic both about 6'10", but outside of that, everyone is 6'6", 6'7", maybe, and under on the floor. So small ball at its finest here with high stakes.
Yeah, big observation there. Miami's got 8 of the last 11 scored in the game. They're up by 7, 20-13. 8 to shoot. DeRozan spins, shoots into contact of the elbow, no foul. Good job defensively by Martin. Long outlet pass to Butler. Leaps, catches, rises, shoots. Oh, and it rolled over the side of the iron. It looked like it hit the underside of the iron and spun right over and in. It's a possible three-point play with the whistle as well.
But you can see Jimmy Butler's focus level is completely different from what we saw from him on Tuesday night. Oftentimes he got into the painted area and just did not come away with points. And, of course, no one holds himself more accountable than Jimmy Butler does. 6 for 19 on Tuesday, off to a great start here. 2 for 2 from the field, an opportunity for his 5th point at the free throw line.
The one thing he was Jimmy Butler-like, 9 assists in the loss, but that was about it. You're right, just wasn't a good night for Butler and the Miami Heat. Before he shoots the free throw, a timeout has been called by Chicago. Billy Donovan wants to huddle up the Bulls here with 3:34 to go in the first quarter. It's Miami 22, Chicago 13. This is the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Finally, baseball is back. Swing into the season with tickets to the action. Plus, with basketball and hockey heating up, now is a great time to experience a game. Vivid Seats is proud to be the official ticketing partner of ESPN. From on the glass to in the stands, Vivid Seats has great ticket prices to all the games. Every crack of the bat, every dribble down the court. Catch it all with Vivid Seats. Download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats. Experience it live.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about gas mileage. You know, changing your oil with a full synthetic oil like Pennzoil Platinum can help your engine get more miles. Right now, you can get 5 quarts with an STP Extended Life Oil Filter for only $37.99. Get started on your next job today with the parts you need when you need them at AutoZone or AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
With one of the best savings rates in America, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than choosing Slash to be in your band.
Next up for lead guitar. You're in.
Cool. Yep, even easier than that. And with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors, Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive. Of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
Kevin Richard with you inside our ESPN Radio Studios. Time now for Did You Know? Brought to you by Geico. Switch to Geico today to see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to Geico.com to get a rate quote and get started seeing how much you could save. Earlier tonight, the NBA announced their finalists for their postseason awards. For the MVP, it's who you would have thought. Giannis, Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic. Did you know for the third time in NBA history, the same players finished in the top 3 in voting in back-to-back seasons? The only other times it happened, 86, 87, 87, 88. And I bet we could all guess those 3. Larry, Magic, and Michael. Sean and Corey, back to you in Miami.
Yeah, that was too easy, Kevin.
And not only was it too easy, that's part of Larry Bird's three-peat, correct?
I think it was.
I think that is part of the three-peat. Well, 88, I believe Michael Jordan actually won it.
His first.
That might have been Michael's first in 88, but that was part of the Larry Bird three-peat, 85, 86, and 87, which, of course, Nikola Jokic is trying to accomplish this season.
Butler at the line as we return to action here in Miami. And a free throw completes a three-point play. The lead is 10. First double-digit lead on either side. Big problem for Chicago here emerging early. Look, Miami's hitting shots with a high percentage, and they're getting the line. Chicago's yet to shoot a free throw.
And that was a concern, of course, trying to keep Jimmy Butler off the line.
And DeRozan misses the top of the key jumper. No second chance opportunity. And a whistle and an offensive foul here turns it right back over to Chicago. This is Jimmy Butler away from the ball. Offensive foul here, a bit of a not-so-legal screen opportunity, I think is what I caught out of the corner of my eye.
On a dribble handoff was trying to free Max Strus up. Of course, you talked about his assisting, and he knows Max Strus has a hot hand, so trying to get him a look early.
Kevin Love's in for the first time tonight for the Heat. Also a mid-season addition. White angle left for 3. No, and now all of a sudden Chicago's gone cold after that hot start by Caruso. Chicago's shooting 33%. Under 3 minutes to go in the quarter. Lowry drives the left slot. 2-foot jump stop. Spin goes out to Love. Straight away for 3. Too strong. Long rebound, though, to Martin at the top of the key. Drives to the lane. Resets out to Lowry. Saves in front court left from going out of bounds. It's over the top to Love. Butler comes along the baseline to catch. 4 on the shot clock. Pump fake. Jab step. Oh, what a pass. Oh, stolen. What a play by Williams. It looked like he had threaded the needle. Williams sends it ahead. And they'll peel off here and get into the half-court set. Vucevic will catch between the circles. DeRozan and White will change spots. White comes out to catch. Walks the dribble over the top of the key. Throws wing right. Free ball is an air ball. Missed there. Sumo couldn't finish it. Yep. Love, wraparound pass underneath, the handoff to Butler, and a score on the bunny.
And the playmaking by Kevin Love, you don't see that often, but of course it's an important game for K. Love. He left Cleveland to come here. He's got to make sure he gets to the playoffs.
DeRozan, crossover dribble. It's a 9-0 run for Miami. Drives to the rim and lays it in. And if shots aren't falling from outside, not a bad idea.
Yeah, the first made field goal for DeMar DeRozan, the leading scorer for the Bulls, getting in the books.
25-15, 1:42 to go in the quarter. Lowry picks it up wing left. Leaves for Love. Got away with a push-off. Rises, shoots, and hits a 15-footer.
I like the aggressiveness of Kevin Love to start this game. Came in locked and loaded, didn't make his first three, but now back-to-back positive possessions for him.
Signed with Miami on February the 20th after agreeing to the buyout with Cleveland. Almost a walk there by Vucevic up top. Got it out to Dosunmu. Ayo Dosunmu picks up the dribble front court right. Pitches to his left to DeRozan. Gets underneath the three-point line. Jump pass back out. Caught by Kobe White front court right. And the shot clock expires as the ball is stolen. Love sends it out to a running out Jimmy Butler for a two-hand flush.
And love the fact that the play was not stopped because of a shot clock violation on that play, simply because Love had possession before it went off.
9 now for Butler. Catch and shoot. Vooch, top of the key. Good. Boy, does Chicago need that. It's 29-17 with less than a minute to go. Lob for the rim. Alley-oop unable to be played there by Strus on a leap. Almost a half-court lob on the break.
It was a great look, great opportunity, unable to finish it, but an even better job by Miami getting back defensively.
White drives into space, and a collision just underneath the foul line. It's going to be a blocking foul against Max Strus. Foul to give underneath 2 minutes.
But we have seen Miami Heat basketball here in this first quarter. And again, so many of the question marks regarding their loss to the Atlanta Hawks on Tuesday night was about this is not a Miami team we're used to seeing. The focus that they played with during that game, but we have seen that focus return here and this opportunity to get that 8 seed here tonight.
Miami held an opponent under 100 points 13 times this season. They ended up 12-1, and they're on pace for that right now defensively. Chicago stuck at 17 points off the inbound drive and another foul. It's DeRozan attacking the rim and running through just about everybody on Miami's roster. Take your pick here on the foul. It'll put DeRozan on the line with 32.6 seconds left.
But when you look at this Bulls team, they struggle to score, even though they score more points per game than do the Miami Heat. This is not a great offensive team, and solely because you don't necessarily have a playmaker. You've got two great individual scorers in DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine. But you can tell right now, Miami's going to send two at each one of those guys whenever they get an ISO situation. They're going to force someone else to beat them.
Charge the foul to Kevin Love. It is his first. So both teams over the limit now with 32.6 on the clock. DeRozan raises, shoots, and knocks down both free throws to make it 29-19. Half a minute to go here in the first period. Lowry drives to the nail, stops, shoots, gliding to his left, and the shot's wide right. Not even close. Chicago rebounds, and the shot clock and game clock are about a second apart from one another. Probably a good last look here by Chicago if they play this right. DeRozan walks to the top of the arc, motion everybody out, pivots one way, back the other, shoots, and a late patient whistle will send DeRozan to the line. He missed the jumper, but he's tagged by Caleb Martin here with 8.6 to go.
A little shocked that Kyle Lowry went so early on that last possession, which allowed, of course, Chicago to have more time to be able to execute on the offensive end of the floor. Now, again, it wasn't really a great 2-for-1 opportunity for Miami, even though they'll get it back, but most likely with DeMar DeRozan cutting into this lead at the free throw line, Miami will get it back with 8.6 remaining.
Miami had made 4 free throws before Chicago had even gotten an opportunity at the line. DeRozan knocks this down, and here in the quarter, both teams will end up with 4 points at the line. That cuts it to 8. 5 seconds ago, Butler to the right front court to the timeline. Left-hand dribble, bumped as he approached the top of the key, and fouled with 1.2 seconds on the clock. Yep, there's a foul to give. I mistakenly said that both teams were over the limit. So, good decision here.
Well, executed perfectly, giving Miami only 1.2 to get a good look.
Lowry will pull the trigger, sideline right, looking, 1.2 on the clock, bounce pass to Butler, deep, front court right 3 is an air ball to end the quarter. Nonetheless, Miami got themselves up by double figures here in the first and has an 8-point lead going to the second.
But the Bulls managed the end of that first quarter better than did the Heat, which allowed them to make it a single-digit game here after this first quarter.
Off to the second we go. In Miami tonight, It's the Heat 29, the Chicago Bulls 21. This is the NBA play-in tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
It's time to get into playoff mode. And with NBA League Pass, you can stay up to date on all the action. Watch select playoff games, get expert analysis, and access behind-the-scenes stories and nonstop coverage on all your favorite devices. What are you waiting for? There's never been a better time to sign up. NBA League Pass. Head to NBA.com/Watch League Pass and start today. Blackouts may apply.
There's no better place to get in on the MLB action than FanDuel. Just go to FanDuel.com/play to sign up. FanDuel, official partner of Major League Baseball.
21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Tennessee, and Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. 1-800-522-4700 or visit KSGamblingHelp.com in Kansas. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia.
Sorry, but we actually have a wait list for our Monstera.
Shaw's greenhouse is really bringing in the green.
We can't keep snake plants and stuff.
She needs a construction manager to build on her roots and grow.
We could add a whole section for ferns. Here we'd have dahlias, dahlias, and more dahlias.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
With you inside our Granger studios. There's no place like home for the Miami Heat. Brought to you by Angie. With the Angie, it's easier than ever to get home projects done well. Get started on the Angie app or go to Angie.com.
Adebayo on an ISO, gets into lane, spins, shoots, and scores between the broken line and the restricted area. Pretty quick move for Bam Adebayo.
Bam Adebayo would have finished that opening quarter with 4. Max Strus had the first 12. Miami had a 19-5 run at one point. They led by 14. Their lead is 8 as we go to the second. 29-21. Heat over the Bulls. Winners the 8 seed. Back to South Florida with Corey Alexander. Here's Sean Kelly.
All right, Kevin. Yeah, Chicago's in this ball game despite shooting 38% and having to endure that 19-5 run that Kevin mentioned. Yet, though, it's an impressive start for Miami, who's up near 30 points and really holding the Bulls down here. This is a low NBA number for an opening quarter.
This has been a Miami defensive-paced game. This is what the Heat want to do. They want to limit your opportunities and also make it difficult for both Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan to get quality looks, especially DeMar DeRozan in the mid-range.
Turnovers about even in the ball game. 5, though, for Chicago. And that's resulted in 8 Miami points thus far. Heat ball out of the quarter break. Kevin Love, block left, face up, jumpers, good off the glass. Old school look for Kevin Love. The 34-year-old makes it a 10-point game once again.
And a significant size advantage for Kevin Love over Derrick Jones Jr., who's trying to guard him on that possession.
DeRozan attacks the lane and rises to score just outside of the restricted area. And so DeRozan now has started to kick his game up by going to the lane and the line. He's got 8. Tyler Hero between the rings. Crossover dribble. Drives left slot. Pivot 360. Knocked loose by Williams. To the deck. There's a scrum for the ball above the top of the arc. It's held, and we'll have a jump ball.
That's a great job by Caleb Martin getting in the mix there, not just assuming that Patrick Williams has the basketball, giving up his body, getting on the floor, and forcing the jump ball.
Patrick Williams in high school delivered flowers for his mom's floral business. Can you imagine a young man with his size delivery?
One of the best young people you will ever meet. Patrick Williams, a great young man. Of course, ACC Sixth Man of the Year, continuing the tradition at Florida State.
Grew up in Charlotte. Jump ball is won by Miami. Over to Love, wing left for 3. In and out, no good. Rebounded by Patrick Williams, who wears number 44. Bulls trying to make a push here early second. We're a minute into the period, and DeRozan drives left wing and draws contact. It's on Gabe Vincent. We'll stop play at 11:01.
You can see how much pressure DeMar DeRozan just puts on opposing defenses, staying in attack mode, especially when he gets the basketball inside the three-point arc.
23 last game for DeRozan.
Now it seems as though Miami's gone to a zone defensively, just trying to stay close to Levine as well as DeRozan.
Levine shoots a fader near the top of the key. It's off the mark, pulled away from the rim by Kevin Love. Out ahead to Hero, back to a trailing Love at the top of the arc. They'll reset to Lowry, front court left. 12 on the shot clock as they lob it to Love, catching left of the lane. Much taller than Jones. Spins the low post, throws over the defender to Hero, zips it to Lowry at the top of the arc, driving kick wing left. Low catch, rising, through ball. No good off the left wing.
I thought Tyler Hero and Kyle Lowry both gave up good looks from three on that possession.
It's a good note. 31-23. Little flip pass over the top, caught by White. Crossover dribble to the mid post. Rises, shoots, and scores.
That's some DeMar DeRozan influence right there. Kobe White's been more of a three-point shooter his whole career, but going to the mid-range off the bounce on that possession.
Carolina product. He's 6'5". He'll guard up top against Vincent. Push pass with one hand to the left wing. Hero catch, drive, turns, twisting and shooting. Left it left of the iron, and it sails out of bounds. A miss here has cracked the door open for Chicago, who's cut this thing to 6. It's 31-25.
And we'll have to go back and revisit the end of the first quarter where the Bulls were able to score 4 points late to get into the 20s. They were struggling to score, and we didn't think they were on pace at 17 to not even get to 80 points in the game. Those 4 points to end the quarter helped them build some momentum coming into the second.
10-2 Chicago run. They have the ball to our left. Bam Adebayo's just checked back in for Eric Spoelstra. He replaced Love. Williams left wing three. That's not a good look. Glass rim and gone. Lowry sends it ahead. Pump fake. Vincent drives, puts his back to the goal, and Levine left of the lane. Skip pass caught on the right angle by Hero. Pass fake. Throws it into Adebayo, posting up right side of the lane. Got his back to the goal, trying to square up on Drummond here. Jab step, shoots over the vet, and missed it. Just a touch off the mark.
But go ahead. You'll give that if you're Chicago. You want Bam Adebayo playing that way.
DeRozan pull-up jumper left of the lane, no good. A nice block out by Martin allows Adebayo to get the rebound. He'll bring it up himself. Hands it off to Lowry, around the angle, screen, and DeRozan tried to blow through the screen and knocked Adebayo on his wallet. Foul stops play at 9:06 to go in the first half.
But you can see what makes Miami so dangerous. When Bam Adebayo gets rebounds, he has the ability to push it and get out and make plays in transition for his team before the defense can get set. And, of course, that's difficult to defend, especially at the 5 position. Of course, the back-to-back MVP, Nikola Jokic, is the best point center in the NBA. You know, Bam Adebayo has to be second in that category. He can initiate the offense from the 5 position.
Pretty cool 1-2 punch right there. Sean Kelly, Corey Alexander, the NBA on ESPN Radio. Inbound comes off the right sideline. A little dish inside is knocked away. Adebayo, I think, caught Hero by surprise and threw it down near his feet.
Well, that's one where Bam Adebayo feels as though Tyler Hero has a layup. But he's not looking for the layup, the easy one. He's looking to run off screens and get to the jump shot. So Tyler Hero missed an opportunity for an easy bucket on that possession.
Jimmy Butler's return, the score remains the same, 31-25. Both teams struggling to get the ball in the hole. Levine, left wing, spins, throws off the edge of the lane, back out to the left sideline of the White. Reset to Levine. Caruso's returned, and he'll flare away. Everybody clears out. Levine drives the lane, jump pass instead, dumps it off. Drummond in the paint, turns, scooper with the left hand, left it off the side rim. Rebound Miami. Again, both teams shooting 45% or less now in the first half. Around the screen, Adebayo catches on a roll. Collision with DeRozan, and a charge called on Adebayo as DeRozan sneaks in front of the rim and takes the pop.
Great job by DeMar DeRozan getting over and getting position, recognizing that Bam Adebayo has a full head of steam. No way he can change his momentum. And DeRozan just takes all the contact squarely and regains possession for the Bulls.
Chicago partners 2 for 6 in the quarter. Miami's 1 of 5.
Coming into this game, we knew that we weren't looking for offensive firepower. We knew it was going to be a defensive battle between these two teams. The Bulls have been the best defensive team in the NBA since January 1st. And, of course, Miami's been the best defensive team in the NBA for the last 25 years. So we were kind of expecting that coming in, right?
January 1st, 25 years. Yeah, I get that. DeRozan with a little pull-up jumper left of the lane makes this now a 6-0 run. And once down by 14, Chicago's within 4. 31-27 as we roll underneath the 8-minute mark here in second quarter play. Butler lost the handle at the right edge of the lane, picked up by Adebayo. Shoots over the broken line, missed that.
That's the third opportunity Bam Adebayo's gotten right into that broken line. Hasn't been able to knock any of them down throughout this game.
Turnover, Levine, no. Saved by DeRozan and kicked off Gabe Vincent. DeRozan walks the dribble to the top of the key, sends it corner right, pump fake Caruso, throws along the baseline, and it's kicked out of bounds by Lowry. He tried to send it past two Miami defenders hugging that baseline. 7 on the shot clock for a baseline left inbound on the Chicago end.
Caruso saw the highlight of Luka Doncic doing that out of a double team a couple of weeks ago and maybe tried it.
A matrix pass. Here's Levine off the catch in the inbound. Missed a wing left jumper. He had a clean look. So it remains 31-27. Mavericks, by the way, fined 750 large today by the league. Hero straight away for 3. That skips off the rim.
I think
Kingdom for a bucket.
750's nothing in comparison to keeping that top 10 pick.
Yeah, you're right. Caruso dials up a 3 off the right wing and knocks it down. He was hot early, and he's back into the scoring column, and he's cut it to 1. 31-30.
In a 13-2 run to this stretch for the Chicago Bulls to get back into this.
Lowry answers right back. He stepped right into a straightaway 3. Kyle Lowry knocked it down.
And 33 points for him on Tuesday. He shot the ball extremely well. 6 for 9 from beyond the three-point arc and picks up with that here tonight.
So Miami back up top by 4. 34-30. Levine straight away for 3. That rims out. No good. Rebounded by Adebayo. Outlet pass to Lowry. He's going to hesitate to bring it across half court until Hero joins him. Hero around the screen. Goes left into the paint. Float job good. More like a runner there for Tyler Hero.
Thank you, sir. Not a floater, but a terrific runner by Tyler Hero, getting into the painted area and staying under control and poised to get the bucket.
All right, both teams getting back into scoring now as we approach the halfway point in the second quarter. 6:23 to go in the first half. At Miami, it's the Heat 36, Chicago 30. And you're listening to the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Hi, I'm attorney John D'Agostino. If you've been injured, you need a lawyer who knows what you're going through. I understand how one accident can turn your whole world upside down. I've been there. As a kid, I played a lot of ball on these streets, and I always played to win. As a lawyer, I make sure my clients know they're getting a winner. Have you been told your case is a loser? Give me a shot. I'm a fighter. Someone who's going to swing for the fences to get you the money you deserve. I've been there. I now run D'Agostino & Associates, a personal injury law firm I built right here in New York and New Jersey. For over 30 years, D'Agostino & Associates has been helping accident victims get every dollar they deserve. We've recovered millions of dollars for people just like you. Call now, 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino & Associates, a personal injury law firm that offers free consultation. And if you can't make it to us, we're going to come to you. I've been there. Call now, 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino Law, fight back.
40 days up to 40 pounds. Say it with me, 40 days up to 40 pounds. With the warmer days of spring approaching, you need to get rid of that oversized sweatshirt and reach out to NJ Diet. You will lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. They use your hair, saliva, and blood work along with bioenergetic scans to personalize natural solutions and supplements that get your body into the fat-burning zone so you can finally lose that weight. Then, NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep it off. You will be slimmer before this summer with the help of NJ Diet. And best of all, it's contractually guaranteed. You are fully supervised the entire time to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. And you even get the doctor's personal email and phone number. Locations throughout New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, or available worldwide with live online video consults. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or schedule your consultation today by going to njdiet.com. That's njdiet.com. 40 days up to 40 pounds. 40 days up to 40 pounds.
Fletcher with you inside our Granger Studios. Sean Kelly mentioned it a moment ago. The Dallas Mavericks fined $750,000 for resting players on the second to last day of the regular season. They've opted instead to try to secure that top 10 draft pick, which they currently have. We'll see what happens when the draft lottery occurs. The other news of the day pertains to our game tomorrow. The Knicks and the Cavaliers. Game 1 of that best-of-7 series. Julius Randle has not had any contact, has not practiced since he sprained his ankle on March 29th. According to Adrian Wojnarowski, he's targeting a return tomorrow. Going to warm up, see how it feels. But the Knicks are hopeful he's going to go. Knicks and Cavs, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. Back to Miami with Corey. Here's Sean.
Kevin, thank you very much. The league conducted an investigation of the Dallas Mavericks situation. I hope that was the fastest investigation in the history of criminal science.
Well, here's the thing, though. What if that 3% chance of the Dallas Mavericks getting the number 1 pick and getting Victor Wembanyama, $750,000 means nothing if that happens, correct?
Correct.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm just checking.
But what my point was, it was so obvious what kind of an investigation was needed here.
It was so obvious I wasn't even going to respond.
Exactly. You don't need Kojak or anybody else on that. 6:08 to go, first half. What was once a 14-point Miami lead is at 6. It was cut to 1 here in the quarter by Chicago, and the Bulls have it baseline left. Patrick Beverly will pull the trigger.
For the record, that's the Mark Cuban's second fine as such. It was $600,000 about 10 years ago.
He's good for it.
He got it.
Little pocket pass into Vucevic. Steps around Adebayo and lays it in with the left hand. Very nice move by Vucevic. 4-point game at 36-32. Vucevic has 4. He's been in the league longer than I thought. I've always enjoyed watching him play. Lowry sends it corner right. Vincent catches. Goes away from the Bulls bench to Butler. He's a little deep on the post. Hits a diving Vincent, and he tried to send it wing left to Hero and missed him. This goes out of bounds. And a Miami turnover here at 5:36.
Yeah, now the 7th turnover for Miami in this game, and you don't expect that necessarily from the home team. It's more so the road team that you often expect to turn the basketball over this much early.
22 of the 68 points so far scored in the paint. White gets into the lane, throws to Vucevic. Elbow left jumper, soft off the iron twice, but does not go through. Cleared by Miami, and Hero will bring it across. Hero backs up with a dribble, and he's being harassed by Beverly. Shocker. Hero steps forward, goes around tightly of the Adebayo screen, hits the rolling Adebayo, sends it underneath. Butler missed it at point-blank range. Clear by the Bulls. Levine 1-on-3, sends it wing right to Beverly. Pump fake from 3, jab step, fires, but misses. That would have cut it to 1. Miami able to clear it here, and Adebayo is working out up top with Strus. Turns, shoots, straightaway 3 won't go. Scramble for the rebound, baseline right, won by Adebayo. He had the sticky fingers. Reset out to Butler above the right side break, holding at his hip. Guarded by Caruso. Butler, rip move, takes it baseline, rises, but misses his signature shot off the right side of the rim.
Both these teams doing a great job keeping the possessions one and done, taking care of their defensive board.
4:23 to go first half. Vucevic swings it around to Caruso, the left side break, works around the wing screen, pick and pop, Vuce catch, shoot, and score. Knocks it down from the left side.
And Vucevic is going to get those because of there's so much attention being paid to the guards of the Bulls. Coming off the screen and rolls, they're allowing Vucevic to have those mid-range twos.
6 points now for Vucevic to go with his 4 rebounds. Strus, chest pass wing right, caught by Hero. Off the jab step, drifts his dribble to the left. Draws White on the switch near the top of the floor. Back to Strus, wing right 3. Wow, splashed it down. Big 3 for Strus, and the lead back up to 5 for Miami.
He's been a difference maker in this game thus far. Already 5 3-point field goals made from Max Strus, and he's looking to get off to a great play-in start here tonight.
Zach LaVine slashing to the rim, lays it up and in. Man, he attacked the rim over and over again in Toronto on Tuesday night, or beg your pardon, on Wednesday night.
And I know Eric Spoelstra is not happy about that simply because he's public enemy number 1 on the defensive scouting report.
Bio catches the nail, throws wing left, 3 ball, good. Back-to-back for Max Strus. He's got field goals 4 and 5 in the quarter for Miami, 42-36. LaVine drives, spins through 3, and then grabbed on the arm. fouled on the play as this crowd was finally starting to come to life. Typical Miami crowd, partner. They will fill the building, but they won't be here at tip-off, and now they're here at full throat.
Fashionably late. I understand. I recommend it. Of course, it's a nice day outside, as it always is here in South Florida, so it may take a little while to get in here, but they're filling in slowly and starting to make some noise here for their team to hold a 6-point lead.
42-36, Miami on top of Chicago with Corey Alexander. I'm Sean Kelly, NBA on ESPN Radio. Levine drives, stops, shoots, missed the 13-footer off the inbounds play. Rebounded by Strus. But not much second chance working on either side.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing, Sean. Another opportunity there they took away to make sure, as we see Tyler Hero down, but the Heat making sure they limit the Bulls to one opportunity on the offensive end, something they struggled against the Atlanta Hawks with, taking care of business here in this first half.
Hero's back up and good. He was fouled as he was stumbling down the lane and kind of in the act of shooting. He should be at the line when we come back. We've reached a timeout here now, late first half. 2:48 to go in the second quarter at Casera Center in Miami. It's the Heat 42, Chicago 36. This is the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Bundling and saving with Geico is an easy choice, so you're free to ponder life's big questions, like what's the best animal in the world if not humans? I'd strongly consider ducks to be somewhere up there on the list. Think about it. Ducks can swim, ducks can fly, and ducks can walk on land. They have access to all terrains. They are the ultimate animal. And they wiggle their butts when they walk, which is funny. Yeah, ducks are awesome. End of story. Bundling and saving with Geico. It's an easy choice.
Scott for Scott's here. Do you hear that? Bring the mic in close. That's not how the grass should sound. There's weeds everywhere on this lawn. It's time to take action with Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action. It gets 3 jobs done at once. Kills weeds, prevents crabgrass, and feeds your lawn so it keeps growing strong. Ah, much better.
Get a bag of Scott's Triple Action today. It's guaranteed, or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
5 Hour Energy wants to give you a $25,000 Eco Charger electric ATV. Just buy any 5 Hour Energy product, snap a photo of your receipt, and upload the photo at 5hecharge.com. You could win a $25,000 Eco Charger electric ATV. Sweepstakes ends June 30th. No purchase necessary to enter. For rules and how to enter without purchase, go to 5hecharge.com. Charge up your summer with 5 Hour Energy. Enter today.
Nerds. At NerdWallet, we often see people blocked when making financial decisions. Take Harold.
Coach, these credit card offers, they're everywhere.
Harold, look, it's tough out there, but you have got this. With NerdWallet on your team, you will make the smartest play with side-by-side comparisons of top credit cards.
Whoa, a card that rewards me for buying sports gear. Let's go get that cash back, team.
NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
Kevin Richard with you inside our studio. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Aaron Rodgers intends to play football for the New York Jets in 2023. Keep it on 98.7 ESPN for the latest. WEPN FM News.
Coming up on the AutoZone halftime report, we'll look ahead to Game 2 of our doubleheader. Another 10 seed. This time they're taking on the 8. It'll be Oklahoma City and Minneapolis. We'll hear from Jalen Williams of the Thunder. By the way, that's Jalen Williams, Arkansas. How about that, Sean and Corey? No 10 seeds had ever won. 2 win the other night. Back to you guys in Miami.
Yeah, we made a little history here early in the play-in tournament era. And that has resulted in, obviously, that fact. But the other fact is that Miami, as a result, gets to play 2 home games this week, which is also a result of the fact that a 10 took care of business, or both 10s the other night. So we have one scoreboard. The big board above the floor, it says 39-36 Miami. The official box score, 42-36 Miami. So we'll try and work that out. I'm going to go with 39-36 at the moment here. And that's due to change as Tyler Hero is at the line to shoot 2 at our right with 2:48 to go in the quarter. And rare free throw opportunity here for either side.
And I've seen 1 point be taken away before. However, I've never seen 3 points be taken away before.
Well, I think that they've taken a 3 away by Strus because he had a heel on the sideline after a further look.
I do not like that. If you don't call it during live game action, that should not be able to have. That should not be a reviewable play. If the officials don't call it during live game action, they should not be able to take that away in the break.
Kind of a party pooper, aren't you?
I don't like it.
41-36, feed the low post. Vucevic. That's twice now he's worked over Adebayo down low. And he keeps Chicago in a one-possession game at 41-38. 2:25. Pretty crucial stretch here for both sides. The numbers are starting to really even out with regard to made field goals. One thing that stuck out for Chicago is assists on made field goals, as Caruso, one of the better defenders in town, got a hip into Strus on an angle left three-point attempt. So that's going to be 3 free throws now for Max Strus.
An opportunity for Max Strus to get to the free throw line and get back those 3 points that he was robbed of during the timeout. Under review. I can't believe that you're not as serious about this as I am. How do you go to the bench knowing that you've made 6 3-point field goals, and when you come out of timeout, all of a sudden you only have 5?
Well, you last time I checked, you have to be legally in bounds to get a 3-point shot. So if you weren't,
it during game action, you can't go over and. I mean, again, if you stop action during play and say, "Okay, we're going to look at that now," that's one thing. But you can't do that in a timeout.
I would rather them look at it during a timeout than stop play and interrupt flow of the game.
I'm going to have a conversation with my guy, Tony Brothers, on this one. I would rather you just call it on the floor, and if you don't call it on the floor, then forget about it. It's over and done with.
Said every official ever prior to 2015-ish. I get your point.
Okay, thank you. That's all I wanted.
2 free throws down for Strus. Make it 3. And now finally he's back to his 20 points.
Back to 20 points for the second time here tonight.
He's nearly doubled his point-per-game average from the regular season here in the first half. DeRozan picks it up, jump pass thrown wing left for White. Guarded by Hero. 9 to shoot. Hero drives past the screen, kicks it corner right. Caruso drills another 3 out of the corner pocket.
Well, we know about Alex Caruso's defense, but of course, when he won a championship with the Lakers, he made timely threes, and he's doing that here and playing action tonight.
Bubble championship with L.A., 44-41. Caruso with 14. 1 of 2 in double figures for Chicago. Butler leaps to catch in a contested right corner, right in front of the Chicago bench. Works to the color, spins, shoots, missed another close one against White. Tap-out rebound finds Hero for Miami. Hero between the circles, goes between the legs with a right-hand dribble. Picks it up, slings it back to Strus. Steps left, shoots off the bounce, and ripped another one. What a half for Max Strus. 23 now in the first 2 quarters. 6 of 8 from downtown. 47-41 Miami. Levine, crossover, drive and kick to Caruso. This time left side of the floor. Guarded by Strus. Trying to work closer. Turns, goes off the baseline. Out to Levine. Wing left. Rises on a fade. Shoots over a double team and left it short. Rebounded by Miami. 50 seconds to go in the half.
This is a great 2-for-1 opportunity for the Heat.
Little push shot in the lane. Hero on his way down is able to score.
But that's the way the 2-for-1 is supposed to be executed. They didn't do it very well at the end of the first quarter. This time Tyler Hero does a great job recognizing and gets the bucket.
8-point lead. This is how we started the quarter. Rosen picks it up. That starts the clock. Swing into the right corner for Caruso. Goes around the Vucevic screen. Now Vucevic called for it. They send it over the top. Touch pass to Levine. Drives to the rim and got hit as he lays it in.
We watched Zach LaVine settle for jump shots to start this game, but in the second quarter, he's made a decision. I'm going to attack the basket, similar to what he did in the second half at Toronto, and he's been successful when he's put his head down and found his way to the rim.
Corey Alexander had 30 points in the second half. 29 of the 30 points came on drives in the second half at Toronto.
In which, you would have thought that he would have come out to start this game and been in attack mode getting downhill, but he shot a lot of threes early, but he didn't wait around for the second half to make the decision to get to the rim. He's done it here in the second quarter, and now putting points on the board.
3-point play for Zach LaVine. It's 49-44. Shot clock at 15. Game clock at 25 as Butler pops out to catch on the left sideline. Outstretched right hand, dribbles the top of the key, turns the corner, shovels out to Martin, tap it to Hero, wing right for three, too strong. Rebounded by Strus. 10 seconds to go in the half. Almost turned over at half court, and Hero's got a hold of it now on the logo. Hero dripped into his right, and coming to the ball was Strus, and he's knocked off his path. A foul here will put it on the right sideline with 4.9 seconds to go. Patrick Beverly has whistled for his second.
First team foul in the last 2 minutes, however, so it's going to be side out.
Eric Spoelstra pops Kyle Lowry back into the game real quick. 4.9 on the clock. He'll replace Martin, and Strus is the trigger man here, front court right. Beverly will get up close. Raises two hands. Strus throws it in right to Butler. Butler from in front of the Chicago bench dribbles the edge of the paint. Drop step. Shoots off the spin. No, says Tony Brothers as the ball went in on a bank shot. It was awfully close to the final buzzer here in quarter number 2, and they will review, but the call on the floor is no basket. So we'll hold right here, and the red light is on our monitor with the ball still in Butler's hand.
Great job defensively running someone else at Jimmy Butler, not allowing him to play one-on-one basketball there to get the shot off in time at the end of the quarter.
So Chicago wins the quarter by 3 points and have made it a 5-point game after trailing by 14 earlier in the half. We've got a ball game, 1 half to go to decide who is heading for the Eastern Conference playoff bracket. The basket is confirmed as no good to end the second quarter. At the end of quarter number 2, Miami 49, Chicago 44. Let's send it to Kevin Winter in the studio with the AutoZone halftime report.
Sean and Corey, by the way, would not be a Miami Heat playoff game without a Max Strus 3 being waved off because his foot was on the line. If you recall, it happened in Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals last year, and it turned out to be pretty pivotal. The AutoZone halftime report has free battery testing, free battery charging, and replacement batteries that fit your needs. That's what makes AutoZone America's #1 battery destination. To get in the zone, AutoZone. Up next, we'll look ahead to Game 2 of our doubleheader, the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oklahoma City winning in New Orleans 2 nights ago. Jalen Williams from Arkansas. We'll hear from him as how the Thunder can get a victory on the road. Halftime in Miami in the Eastern Conference 8-seed play-in tournament game. The Heat lead the Bulls 49-44. This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Sports are easy to disagree on. Let's see what happens when sports talk hosts talk about something they agree on.
No, hold on. I'm saying drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Well, I disagree. I think drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds.
Come on, man. Wait, I think we're saying the same thing.
Oh, so what do we do now?
Everyone agrees that drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. National average 12-month savings by new customer survey who saved with Progressive between June 2020 and May 2021. Potential savings will vary. For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thank you for calling Navy Federal Credit Union. How can I help you?
Hi. If I'm in the Army, not in the Navy, am I still eligible for membership?
Yes, you are.
What about my sister in the Air Force?
Her too.
And my dad's a Marine.
We serve all branches of the military, veterans, and their families.
My dog is a retired military working dog.
I'll see what I can do.
Find out if you're eligible at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to dissipate heat and friction and reduce wear. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $33.99. Limit supply. See store for details. Get Syntec only at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
listening to the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
DeRozan picks it up, jump pass throwing wing left for White. Guarded by Hero. 9 to shoot. Hero drives past the screen, kicks it corner right. Caruso drills another three out of the corner pocket.
Well, we know about Alex Caruso's defense, but of course, when he won a championship with the Lakers, he made timely threes, and he's doing that here and playing action tonight.
Alex Caruso leads the Bulls with 14 points, but Max Strus, 6 of 8 from downtown. He's got 23 to lead everybody, and at the half, Miami with a 49-44 lead over the Chicago Bulls. Kevin Winter with you here on the AutoZone Halftime Report, which is brought to you by the makers of 5-Hour Energy. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com. Game 2 of our doubleheader has the Oklahoma City Thunder, another 10 seed, on the road visiting Minnesota. The Thunder winning in New Orleans 2 nights ago. Short time ago, Mike Cousins, Kalena Azubuike, caught up with Jalen Williams, who went to Arkansas for the Thunder.
Well, let's start and go back to the beginning of this season. Obviously, this is all new for you this year, but you guys are not projected to be in the playoffs, and now you're 1 win away. What do you think has gotten you to this point?
Us just staying together as a team, staying down to the fundamentals. We wanted to get better every day, and we worked on the small things, and I felt like throughout the year we just kept focusing on the little things that got us wins, and we got better at those things.
Talk to me about your taking charges, right? You do it so well. You're always in position. Is this something you enjoy? And where did that start for you? Was it Arkansas? Was it before that? Where you're like, okay, I can impact the game here?
Yeah, I've kind of done it my whole life. My dad's always just taught me, like, to be in the right position. We watched film together since I was in Boys and Girls Club. So he just taught me to be in the right position, and it's something I've just done. And now that I'm on a bigger scale, there's more cameras on me doing it. So it's just something I've done my whole life.
And where's your confidence level as a team? Like, everybody talks about your poise under pressure for how young you guys are. You guys are way ahead of your ages. Where does that confidence and that poise under pressure come from?
I feel like it's just our trust in each other. Our chemistry's up there. We love playing basketball together, and when we succeed as a team, when we watch another person succeed, like we love seeing that. So I feel like our chemistry as a team is what pushes us to play great.
You went up against Valanciunas on Wednesday. You get Gobert today. What's your approach, versus two different styles of big men?
Yeah, we all know how good Gobert is down there, so we just got to stick to our game plan and play our game. We can't let it deter us, and we just got to do our thing out there.
And lastly, how did you guys as a team decide who was going to be J. Will and who was going to be J. Dub?
So actually, our first day we got into Oklahoma, we met at the hotel, and we talked to each other like, what's up, Jalen? What's up, Jalen? And we talked, and he was like, yeah, people call me Dub. And I was like, all right, bet. People call me J. Will. So it just worked out.
We got J. Will. We got Dub. Jalen Williams of Arkansas. Jalen Williams of Santa Clara. Mike Cousins, Kalena Azubuike have our call for the Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Game 2 of our doubleheader. That is a 10-8 matchup. Winner there is the 8th seed in the NBA's Western Conference. Coming up next on the AutoZone Halftime Report, we'll look back at the Max Strus half. He goes off for 23. Miami by 5. They're trying to become the 8th seed in the East. You're listening to the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Introducing Dogfish Canned Cocktails, distilled over real fruit with 2 foolproof shots in every can for real flavor. Find your new favorite Dogfish Canned Cocktail at dogfish.com. Dogfish Head Distilling Company, Milton, Delaware. Please drink responsibly.
98.7 ESPN New York. Download the ESPN New York app and catch DiPietro and Rothenberg weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. and the Michael K. Show weekdays 3 to 7 p.m. Listen live all day long, and it's brought to you by Jackpocket, where you can play official state lottery games on your phone. Click on the Jackpocket tile ad on the ESPN New York app and get your first Mega Million or Powerball ticket free using code ESPN. You must be 18 or older to play. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY. Visit jackpocket.com/TOS for full terms of service. 40 days up to 40 pounds. Say it with me, 40 days up to 40 pounds. With the warmer days of spring approaching, you need to get rid of that oversized sweatshirt and reach out to NJ Diet. You will lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. They use your hair, saliva, and blood work along with bioenergetic scans to personalize natural solutions and supplements that get your body into the fat burning zone so you can finally lose that weight. Then NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep it off. You will be slimmer before this summer with the help of NJ Diet, and best of all, it's contractually guaranteed. You are fully supervised the entire time to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. And you even get the doctor's personal email and phone number. Locations throughout New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, or available worldwide with live online video consults. Call Call 855-5NJ-DIET or schedule your consultation today by going to NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com. 40 days up to 40 pounds. 40 days up to 40 pounds.
Hi, I'm attorney John D'Agostino. If you've been injured, you need a lawyer who knows what you're going through. I understand how one accident can turn your whole world upside down. I've been there. When I was a kid, my father was up on a bulldozer when a brick wall collapsed. It almost killed him. The doctors had to amputate his leg, and he had to learn to walk again, while my mother went to work as a waitress just to pay the bills. I know what you're going through. I've been there. I now run D'Agostino & Associates, personal injury law firm I built right here in New York and New Jersey. For over 30 years, D'Agostino & Associates has been helping accident victims get every dollar they deserve. We've recovered millions of dollars for people just like you. Call now, 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino & Associates, personal injury law firm that offers free consultation. And if you can't make it to us, we're going to come to you. I've been there. Call now, 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino, law bites back.
Get hyped, New York. Knicks playoff tickets are here. It's time to lock in because the city hits different when the Knicks are in the postseason. Visit Knicks.com/playoffs to stay up to date on the latest playoff updates, information on viewing parties, tickets, and much more.
You're listening to the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jump pass back out, caught by Kobe White, front court right. And the shot clock expires as the ball is stolen. Love sends it out to a running out Jimmy Butler for a two-hand flush.
29-14 at that point for Miami. Largest lead of the first half. For first half recap brought to you by the makers of 5-Hour Energy. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com. The rest of the half, it was all left up to Max Strus.
Off the jab step, drifts his dribble to the left. Draws White on the switch near the top of the floor. Back to Strus, wing right three. Bang, splashed it down. Big three for Strus, and the lead back up to 5 for Miami. Hero between the circles, goes between the legs with a right-hand dribble. Picks it up, slings it back to Strus. Steps left, shoots off the bounce, and ripped another one. What a half for Max Strus. 23 now in the first two quarters. 6 of 8 from downtown. 47-41 Miami.
He leads everyone in scoring, and the Heat lead Chicago by 5. That'll do it for us on the AutoZone halftime report. Miami is halfway home to a date with the Bucks in round one. Can Chicago mount another comeback? We find out next. This is the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio, the ESPN app.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, America's #1 brakes destination. We have the pads, rotors, drums, shoes, and brake fluids to improve your stopping power. Right now, save 15% when you get any 2 Duralast rotors with a set of Duralast brake pads. Missing a tool? Ask about our free Loan-A-Tool program and borrow the tools you need to get the job done.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Claim based on data from the MPD Group 2021. Deposit required for Loan-A-Tool.
Your morning coffee. Hot, delicious, and oh so comforting. But by the third or fourth cup, your stomach might not feel so good. If that sounds like you, replace your afternoon cup with 5-Hour Energy. It's perfect for those times when you're feeling coffeeed out. Remember, coffee in the morning, 5-Hour Energy after. Your stomach will thank you. Discover 5-Hour Energy. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
The Venture X card from Capital One gives you premium travel benefits, perfect for seeing Taylor Swift the Eras Tour. Presented by Capital One. Oh, I do love her. Earn 5 times miles on flights and 10 times miles on hotels through Capital One Travel.
Enjoy your stay in Suite 13.
Wow, 13? That's Taylor's lucky number. The Venture X card from Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/movingforward.
Finally, baseball is back. Swing into the season with tickets to the action. Plus, with basketball and hockey heating up, now is a great time to experience a game. Vivid Seats is proud to be the official ticketing partner of ESPN. From on the glass to in the stands, Vivid Seats has great ticket prices to all the games. Every crack of the bat, every dribble down the court. Catch it all with Vivid Seats. Download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats. Experience it live.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
From inside our Grainger studios, I'm Kevin Winter. A little good for us on the Eagles on halftime report. Max Strus, 23 points in the first half, matching his career high in any half. He scored on 4 different Bulls defenders, including 3 for 3 against DeMar DeRozan. We go back to Kaseya Center in Miami. Sean Kelly and Corey Alexander. I got a feeling Chicago's right where they want him. They're trailing again. Why not? Back to you guys.
Yeah, they like to play from behind, Kevin. Both teams are back on the floor here. They put themselves in a good position, Chicago has, because of their play in the second quarter. They did not turn the ball over. They held Jimmy Butler scoreless despite Butler playing 9 minutes in the period. And they've recovered seemingly from being down 14 to have us at 49-44 entering the third period.
And they made their comeback earlier than they did on Wednesday night, of course, when they got the win on the road in Toronto. They got down, I believe, 19 in that game and came back, but the majority of the comeback was in the second half. So making it much closer, a 5-point game at halftime should help the Bulls if they want to try to be the first 10 seed ever making it to the playoffs.
So one of these teams only has 2 quarters left in their season. Do you expect the urgency to be cranked up a bit here in quarters 3 and 4?
I expect it to be turned up for both sides in quarters 3 and 4. And when you think about these two teams, of course, their calling card is what they do defensively. But someone's going to have to step up outside of Max Strus and provide some offense for both of these groups.
Eric Spoelstra told us that he felt his team was due for a good offensive night. We didn't think it would be in the hands of Max Strus. He's about kept them in position here to lead out of the gate in the second half. That's what is on the line tonight. The winner moves on. They will be in as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference playoff bracket. They'll get Milwaukee in round 1. The loser is out. Another game follows us tonight. Mike Cousins and Kalena Azubuike will take care of the Western Conference side, Minnesota and Oklahoma City, for the last place in the postseason. Miami ball to start things in the third, and Butler will send it to Adebayo, left of the lane. Miami shooting at the left end, and a little lob pass to the rim is tapped in by Butler. That's about the softest defensive look we've seen from Chicago tonight.
But you see the playmaking ability of Bam Adebayo playing through him throughout the post.
Rosen pitches to his left. Beverly winds up for 3, and it's long. Pulled away by Adebayo. Miami leads 51-44. Adebayo hesitated, top of the key, spins down the lane, puts it up, but missed it, point-blank range.
But you don't mind that opportunity if you're the Heat or the Heat fans, simply because Bam is being aggressive in transition.
Bam's 1 for 6 shooting. Over to Caruso, wing left. Pass fake, dribbles to the edge of the paint, comes out the top side of the lane. Bounce pass back into the corner to Vucevic, dumps the corner right. Levine for 3. Side iron no good, and a popcorn rebound finds Gabe Vincent. Picked off a couple of different guys. Adebayo back into the lane. Lost the handle on the dribble, and then a defender got airborne and landed on Adebayo. He goes down, and they may have hit his head on the floor. All kinds of things out of rhythm there in the lane. And Tony Brothers twirls his finger and wants to go have a look at this play. Patrick Beverly got up in the air, and it was his leg that comes over the shoulder of Adebayo and clips him upside the head.
And those are, of course, listening to us most likely aren't watching this, so you will explain to you Patrick Beverly coming in from the backside trying to play leapfrog, jumping over top of Bam Adebayo, who's bent over, but his right knee kneeing Adebayo in the back of the head. Fortunately, Bam Adebayo is now up and walking as Tony Brothers is going over to review.
It doesn't look like a basketball play, and maybe that's the criteria here.
I'm going to go opposite on that.
Okay.
Patrick Beverly was under the impression that Bam Adebayo was going to go up and shoot that basketball, which means he's coming in to jump to try to block it. Bam Adebayo loses the ball. He bends down to pick it up, which now forces Pat Beverly to jump over top of.
Ruling on the floor, common foul. The ball was inbounds on the side.
Okay. So which makes it a common foul simply because, again, in no normal situation does Patrick Beverly jump over the top of Bam Adebayo.
No.
And so, that is because Bam Adebayo lost the basketball. Patrick Beverly comes in and his knee accidentally hits Bam Adebayo in the back of the head. It is a common foul, but nothing malicious by Patrick Beverly on that play.
So the common foul at 10:47 here in the third quarter. That's Corey Alexander at the other microphone, Sean Kelly. Here with you as well from Miami, the NBA on ESPN Radio. The Chief, John Martin, is our producer. Brian Neal is our engineer tonight. Push it into Butler. Catches block right, turns, shoots, scores, and draws the foul. Possible three-point play again for Butler. He had one of those in the first half. Got to go back to the first quarter, though. Butler did not score in the second quarter, if you're just joining us. Foul on Caruso is his third now. At 10:43 left in the third quarter.
And this is what you would expect from the Heat to take advantage of the Bulls in the paint. We mentioned 6'10". Vucevic is the tallest player that plays in the rotation for the Bulls, so they don't have much as far as rim protection when Miami gets in the paint.
Miami has methodically pushed this back to a double-figure lead. It's 54-44 on the three-point play. DeRozan pull-up jumper. Boy, he rinsed that. Right off the left side of the circle.
That's a layup for DeMar DeRozan, giving him too much space in the mid-range.
Butler harassed by Beverly, front court right. Jimmy drives to the top of the arc. Headband on, twirls around, and basically hands it out of Bio, same spot. Bam yet to use the dribble. Leaves it for a diving. Butler catches, missed a reverse lay-in at the rim. Rebound tapped out to Bam. Drives the rim. Pushed it off the back of the iron, though. Too strong as he approached the cup. Chicago gets a big-time break and is able to bring it up in the hands of Zach LaVine. LaVine around the wing screen, sends it to DeRozan. Almost straight away for three. No. Rebound tapped to himself. Adebayo is able to secure it finally to Hero. Tyler Hero walks it up the right side of the floor. 9:45 to go in the third. Sends it to Strus. Angle left three. Off the iron. I thought it was going to go. The way he's been shooting tonight, I thought that was going to fall in again for Strus.
Yeah, every time he lets one go, you think that it's going automatically in.
Vooch on a seal. Catches, turns. Right hook's good. He had Strus on his back.
And Vooch has been able to take advantage of the matchups and the switches on the offensive end of the floor. He's punishing his matchup when he gets his chance in the paint.
The assist for DeRozan is his sixth now. Off the high screen, Hero drives the right slot, gets to the rim, puts it up, and lays it over the iron.
Smart play by Tyler Hero. They're pulling up in comparison to trying to get all the way to the rim, going to the short jumper.
Bean trying to split two. Gets across the lane right to left. Walked with it. Got away with it, perhaps.
Great call.
Yep, pass to Caruso. Right back to LaVine. Drives baseline left. Turns, lays it up, and in. Squared himself while in the air to face the front side of the iron to cut the lead down to 6.
But once again, doing damage, attacking, getting downhill, going to the rim.
Butler trying to get under the rim. Does so from the left wing. Dumps it corner right. Vincent's three balls an air ball. Blocked out and a rebound for Vucevic. 56-50 Miami. And yes, it is cranking up now as we progress to the third. DeRozan catches, dribbles to the top of the arc, top of the key. Speed the post. Vucevic catch, turns, and scores again with a right hook.
It doesn't matter when you switch on to Vucevic, it doesn't matter who's guarding him. He is taking advantage of that matchup, that time going over top of Jimmy Butler, showing off his soft touch around the rim.
And the last 10 are for Chicago. Adebayo dribbles to the foul line. Pull-up jumper, shoots, misses from 14. Once down 10 in the quarter, LaVine can make it even closer. Attacks the rim, shoots with contact, and scores at the cup on Adebayo.
We saw Zach LaVine start picking it up, getting downhill, going to the rim in the second quarter, and he's continued it here in the third. Now the Bulls on a 10-2 run.
Hero stripped as he went down the left side of the lane. Chance to tie or take the lead here. Caruso, the broken line, drives past Strus, lays it up and in. This game is tied for the first time tonight. All square now at 56. Timeout Miami.
You see no fear from the Bulls when they attack the rim. They're not fearful of any rim protection. They feel like they can get whatever they want when they get into that painted area, and it's been successful for them here in this third quarter.
7:40 to go here in the third. Spoelstra's hot. He wants some time with the officiating crew and crew chief Carl Lane as both teams huddle up. We take a break. Heat 56, Bulls 56. Yes, you are listening to the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Do you want to gain stability, benefits, and experience? As a youth development specialist with the City of New York, you can build a solid civil service career working with NYC's youth. Start earning over $47,000, and in 3 months, you could get a $2,500 bonus. Earn a pension, paid overtime, health care, and in just 5 years, over $60,000. Apply now at nyc.gov/YDS. Make a difference in the lives of our youth. Become a youth development specialist today. Learn more at nyc.gov/YDS.
Hi, I'm attorney John D'Agostino. If you've been injured, you need a lawyer who knows what you're going through. I understand how one accident can turn your whole world upside down. I've been there. I'm a local guy. I grew up on these streets and worked all through law school. After school, I built my practice one client at a time. It didn't matter where they lived. It didn't matter how big or small the case was. I was there to make sure someone paid. Why? Because I've been there. I now run D'Agostino & Associates, a personal injury law firm I built right here in New York and New Jersey. For over 30 years, D'Agostino & Associates has been helping accident victims get every dollar they deserve. We've recovered millions of dollars for people just like you. Call now, 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino & Associates, a personal injury law firm that offers free consultation. And if you can't make it to us, we're going to come to you. I've been there. Call now, 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino Law, fight back.
Serving contractors, builders, and homeowners in the tri-state area since 1987, Brooklyn Window & Door is New York City's largest stocking dealer of quality Andersen window and doors. The professionals at Brooklyn Window & Door will help solve any of your window replacement needs or applications. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door's award-winning showroom to see the complete Andersen product line, including the 400, 100, A&E series. Andersen, built, backed, and serviced like no other window. Visit Brooklyn Window & Door at 1889 McDonald Avenue or call 718-WINDOWS.
Kevin Witcher with you inside our Granger Studios. Let's go inside the numbers for this matchup brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. The Bulls had 3 transition points in the first half. 3. That's it. Already on their first 2 possessions of the second half, they had 4 on their last 2 possessions. Also, the Chicago Bulls, Sean Kelly and Corey Alexander, 13 times this season, including Wednesday night, have they come back and won a game when down double digits. Here we go again. Back to you.
That's a resilient squad. They've outshot Miami now in the quarter. The pain has started to emerge as a big storyline. Bulls outscoring Miami 26-18 in the paint. 13 field goals made in the lane now by Chicago. We're tied at 56.
But when you talk that points in the paint battle, it was 16-16. So it shows you the focus of the Bulls in this second half.
Meanwhile, Strus is still carrying the load for Miami. Butler got loose, catches down the left slot, rises and dunks with 2 hands. A little contact from DeRozan, no whistle.
Jimmy Butler made sure he did not miss another layup, sent that one home with authority.
16 for Butler. Lead back to Miami. DeRozan, angle left with the turquoise shoes on tonight. Takes Butler to the edge of the lane, shoots over him and scores, and they let him touch each other again with no whistle.
DeMar DeRozan led the NBA in mid-range field goals this season, and he is getting to his spots here to start the second half.
He and Brandon Ingram seem to always lead that category. Hero, bounce pass inside. Butler posting up, turns, shoots, missed it right at the rim. Punch down for DeRozan. He'll bring it up for Chicago. The Bulls shooting at the end to our right in the black jersey and black shorts tonight. DeRozan, left side of the lane against Butler. Throws it out. Vucevic flips it to Caruso. Caruso, top of the key, drives past the screen, shoots, blocked from behind by Hero. Loose ball grabbed by Vincent, given right to Butler. Butler brings it up, pauses right elbow, jump pass up top. Strus for 3. No. 23 for Strus, but unable to connect on his last 2 offerings. All tied at 58. Levine, bounce pass, angle left. DeRozan loping through the lane. Lobs it up there for Vucevic, and it's tipped away by Adebayo. Hero with the loose ball. Kicks the corner left. Vincent for 3. Rattled out. No good. Vucevic, one-arm rebound and an outlet pass to Levine. Punched it with the right hand at the other end. Another bucket in the paint for the Bulls, who grabbed the lead, 60-58, just our fourth lead change of the game.
And more transition points, as Kevin Winter talked about, and Jimmy Butler was second-guessing jumping with Zach Levine, former slam dunk champ, on that fast break.
Swing to Butler, corner left, and Beverly rakes it out of his hands and out of bounds. That'll stop the clock at 5:31 in the period. 4.1 on the shot clock. Subs on both sides. DeRozan will get a breather. White's checked back in for Chicago. Here comes Lowry for Miami, along with Martin.
Chicago has scored 12 of the last 14 points in this game. And you got to think about when they've been able to not only come back, but take the lead here on the road.
Into Strus, contested baseline left jumper, no good. He had to jack it up with the shot clock expiring. Levine sends to White, wing left. Drive and kick, and they go through Vooch to Caruso for a wing right J. Missed that from downtown. Miami brings it back across and promptly into the hands of Jimmy Butler, front court right. Drives hard to the baseline, gets under the goal. Ball knocked, but caught by Martin, who lays it up and in uncontested. Sometimes it just bounces your leg.
And you need those if you're the Miami Heat right now to try to find a way to break this momentum that the Bulls have created on your own home floor.
Long two-wing left. Levine bounced it off the back iron. Chicago shooting 48% to Miami's 41%. And an offensive foul coming down the lane was Adebayo. A collision here as he hooked after making contact, and the clamp will be whistled here to stop play at 4:44.
And you've got to give these Bulls defenders a lot of credit, whether it's Alex Caruso, Zach Levine, whoever's had to take on the challenge of battling Bam Adebayo in the post area. Even though they're giving up size, they have still continued to battle and win that battle with Bam most of the time. Only 1 for 8 from the field for Bam Adebayo here in this game.
Speaking of futility, as Williams catches corner right, drives to the edge of the lane, drops step one way, back uphill, turns, squares, shoot, missed it. 6 points in the last 6 minutes of playing time here for Miami. And Lowry bowling balls down into a foul in the lane. This will be charged to Kobe White, who's not real happy with Tony Brothers' whistle.
But, Sean, I have to say this, though. When you think about the fact that the Bulls took the lead here in this third quarter, their last few possessions haven't been great possessions. You think about the shot from Patrick Williams just now, then you had a couple turnovers. The last 4, they've got to find a way to settle it down and make sure they get quality looks.
Butler will throw it into Kevin Love, who just returned to the game. His first run of the second half. Feed Lowry, lob toward Butler. In front of him was White, who intercepts the pass. Another Miami turnover. Levine, top of the arc, draws the attention of 2 Miami defenders. Through Asumu to the right low post. Vucevic handling here off the lane. Digging guard will make him give it up to Levine. Rumbles to the lane, lost the handle, turned it back over. Outlet pass to Butler through the left side of the lane. Pushed into contact, shoots, missed it, but he draws a secondary foul. That one will put him on the line for a pair of free throws.
Chicago is allowing Miami to stay in this game after making 6 of their first 9 field goal attempts in this third quarter. The Bulls have gone cold and complemented that with turnovers here. 3 turnovers here in this third quarter.
It's interesting. Neither side has really made the other pay in points off turnovers, but it still is an empty possession, to your point.
Yeah, and that's the thing, of course. We knew coming into this game it would be difficult for both these teams to score at times. They would go through those droughts. Turning the basketball over doesn't help.
1 free throw down, 1 more to go. A timeout first, though, by Chicago between the free throw attempts. What a ball game now here in the second half. Winner goes on. Loser goes home. 3:56 to go, third quarter. It's now Miami 61, Chicago 60. This is the NBA play-in tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Scott the Scots here. Do you hear that? Bring the mic in close. That's not how the grass should sound. There's weeds everywhere on this lawn. It's time to take action with Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action. It gets 3 jobs done at once. Kills weeds, prevents crabgrass, and feeds your lawn so it keeps growing strong. Ah, much better.
Get a bag of Scott's Triple Action today. It's guaranteed, or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Thank you for calling Navy Federal Credit Union. How can I help you?
Hi, if I'm in the Army, not in the Navy, am I still eligible for membership?
Yes, you are.
What about my sister in the Air Force?
Her too.
And my dad's a Marine.
We serve all branches of the military, veterans, and their families.
My dog is a retired military working dog.
I'll see what I can do.
Find out if you're eligible at NavyFederal.org. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
O'Reilly.
Is your mower's battery weak or dead after winter storage? Get your mower ready for spring lawn maintenance at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Right now, purchase any Superstart lawn and garden battery and get a $10 gift card after rebate. Choose Superstart batteries for power, performance, and reliability exclusively at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With you inside our Grainger Studios, Billy Donovan, the Chicago Bulls head coach. She knew the Miami Heat. They go and start and stop and go with Jimmy Butler.
Really high basketball IQ. The biggest thing with him is, to me, what he does is his passing, and then the other thing for them is the fouling. He gets to the free throw line, and you got to be really, really disciplined because he is in so many post-up situations. He is close to the basket. He manipulates screens. He tries to get switches. He's very, very crafty, heady, even offensive rebounding. But you've got to be really good not fouling him.
Well, they were doing okay. Butler's 3 of 3 at the free throw line, but as we go back to Miami with Sean Kelly and Corey Alexander, hey, Jimmy Butler's going to the line, guys.
Yeah, he's knocked one down already, Kevin. The timeout comes in between the two attempts. He's got one more coming here. So we're at 3:56 to go in the third in an elimination game, and it's a one-point affair. 61-60, Miami's on top. Corey, take me into these timeout huddles at this juncture.
Well, I can tell you right now, Billy Donovan's huddle was simply about taking care of the basketball and make sure you get a quality look. Don't just force up shots to say it's my turn on the other end of the floor for Eric Spoelstra. You've got to find a ways to get the basketball in the painted area to Jimmy Butler, allow him to be able to attack, but also be able to find his guys on the perimeter for those threes as he did in the first half.
Second free throw's good. Butler's got 18 now. Second leading scorer for Miami, who's up by 2. Kobe White, top of the arc. Still on the dribble. Changes on the crossover to the broken line. Whirls, shoots, but missed it. Oh, and he's frustrated. He thought he had a good look.
And I love Kobe White, but I'm not sure that's the offense that was designed by Billy Donovan coming out as a timeout.
ISO play here. Love catches the post-up pass, block left. Here comes the weak side cut. Catch, Martin goes up, blocked from behind by White, who recovered after dealing with Love. It goes out of bounds with 7 on the shot clock.
And great job by Kobe White coming back in and helping out, blocking the shot of Caleb Martin. We got a couple Hoop State guys going at it. Kobe White from North Carolina. Caleb Martin from North Carolina, although he did go in high school with Oakfield in Virginia.
Mouth of Wilson.
There you go.
Love, wing left for 3. Onto the inbounds, no good. Drummond is in. This is his 6th team, by the way, if you're counting. Now with Chicago. Levine catches, right foul unextended, just at the 3-point line. Drives on Butler, takes him baseline, shoots a fader. A little too much on it. Rebound and miss for Love. Lowry off the outlet pass. Sets up the left side of the floor. It's Butler versus DeRozan. This ought to be tasty. Butler, crossover dribble, pump fake on 3. Pass to Love, angle left 3. Good. Love buries it. Miami up by 5.
Confident look from Kevin Love, stepping up and knocking down the 3. Now 7 unanswered points by the Miami Heat to reclaim the 5-point lead.
First assist for Butler, by the way. 65-60. Levine crossover dribble. Strides down the lane. Draws a blocking foul on an attack of the rim. And on the deck is Kevin Love, who's helped up by a pair of teammates. And free throws coming for Chicago. The contact came with, I think, a couple of heels inside the restricted area. Don't forget full NBA coverage on Monday morning with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings, they're all yours from 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern, followed by Greeny with Mike Greenberg until noon on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Got to send out our, of course, condolences to our guy J. Will, who lost his mother last weekend. Joined Keyshawn and Max this morning talking with those guys. Of course, reached out to Jay and we send our condolences and prayers to him and his family.
Levine's second free throw. I'm glad that you brought that up for a wider audience tonight, as he's become a part of so many people's mornings every weekday. 65-61. About 2:10 to go here in the third. Butler off the right angle. Drives on Levine. A little up and under move. Missed it. He waited for Levine to fly by. Went underneath his armpit, but missed it up close, and the missed shot is knocked out of bounds. Thankfully for Butler, Miami will maintain possession.
But another missed layup for Jimmy Butler, who's now 7 for 15 from the field, and we've seen 2 or 3 of those here this evening.
Here's Strus driving from the right sideline. Runner across the front, no good. So Strus all of a sudden is quieted down. 6 threes in the game for 23 points. He's now 6 of 13 overall. DeRozan jumper to the foul line, no good. Rebound Drummond in a crowd. And grabbed on the arm.
And that's Andre Drummond's game. That's what he brings to the table, regardless of, you talked about the 6 teams, whoever he's playing for, he is going to get you multiple opportunities on that offensive glass, and does so there at a time where the Bulls need a score in their worst way, where they have struggled to get anything going now offensively after getting off to such a great start here in this third quarter.
Foul on Kevin Love. Chest pass from the left sideline in from Levine to DeRozan between the circles. Started by Martin. Drives left side of the lane. Steps into the paint. Jump pass caught wing right by Williams. Dribbles hard to the baseline. Rises, shoots, and scores. Big bucket by Patrick Williams. 65-63 Miami. That's the first bucket for Williams off the Chicago bench. A dart thrown inside. Martin on the right low post, can't get a shot away. Almost turned it over. Goes out to Lowry for 3. Skips off the rim, no good. Rebound Love, and knocked over. Williams and Drummond, 2 large individuals, went into Love, and Williams grabbed a hold of his jersey. I don't know if he was trying to break Kevin's fall. Kevin goes back, and his head
Kevin Love hits his head on the floor going backwards. Good to see him up, but holding on to the back of his head right now as he goes to the free throw line. Something you'll have to keep an eye on with Kevin Love. Of course, that's not that there's any easy way, but the easiest way to get a concussion. Not being able to brace yourself and hitting your head on the ground, on the floor. It'll be interesting to see how long Eric Spoelstra keeps Kevin Love in this game. He's able to continue to go.
I heard a gasp from the crowd when they showed the replay on the monitor above the floor. Love played just 3 minutes and 26 seconds last game, scoring 2 points. Love tonight, 9 minutes worth of action, 8 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He has stepped up here in this elimination game.
Well, he's been brought in here because of his leadership ability, of course, ability to shoot the 3 and to give them help up front when Bam Adebayo is not on the floor. He's done that here this evening. And, of course, Kevin Love wants to get back to the playoffs in the worst way after he's watching his Cleveland Cavaliers get back into the playoffs this year, a team that he left earlier.
It'll be a fun series, Knicks and Cavs. Both free throws good for Love. 4-point lead. DeRozan rises, misses an elbow left jumper. Rebound Drummond. Foul on his way back up and in. Counted. A rare second chance bucket by either side. And it's the vet, Andre Drummond, going to the line looking for a 3-point play.
We just talked about his offensive rebounding prowess, and he shows up with a big one here, picking up the missed shot by DeRozan, and is able to finish through the contact, an opportunity for the and one.
6-second chance points for Chicago, 5 for Miami. Drummond raises, shoots, missed it. So he's sitting on 2 points now off the Chicago bench. It's a 14-9 advantage for the Miami bench. Heat lead by 2. 50 seconds to go in the quarter. Hero kind of let it loose a minute. Got it back, takes it to the top of the arc. Guarded by Drummond. Hero takes him mid-post, left side of the lane. Pitches to his left to Butler, guarded by Kobe White. 3 to shoot. Rises for 3. Off the mark. Rebound for Drummond. Half a minute to go here in the third. Chicago a chance to tie or take the lead on this trip. They'll space the floor. They're going to load up the far side. Levine isolated against Butler. Crossover dribble. Drive, kick to DeRozan. Left side 3. Too strong. Rebound. Tip at the foul line. Back to DeRozan. DeRozan down the lane. Leaner. Shoots. Got it. And one. Wow. What a play for DeRozan to clean up the possession and tie the game at 67.
For the last 48 hours, the Miami Heat have been haunted by the fact that the Atlanta Hawks came into this building and destroyed them on the glass, specifically on their own defensive board, picking up offensive rebound and second chance opportunities. And in this third quarter, Andre Drummond has done just that to the Miami Heat, and now DeMar DeRozan had the opportunity to finish off a three-point play and give the Bulls a 1-point lead here with 13.9 remaining.
Drummond will check out for Chicago. Derrick Jones Jr., airplane mode, checks in for his first run of the night. Beverly returns.
And Billy Donovan going with a defensive lineup right here for the remaining 13.9. I'm sure we'll see Drummond back on the floor to start the fourth quarter, especially after the impact that he's had here to end the third.
Got to correct myself. Jones played 3 minutes in the first half, so not his first run of the game. Free throw by DeRozan is good. 13.9 seconds remaining. Bulls back on top. 6 lead changes now in the game. 4 ties. Shot clock is dark. Hero top of the arc with 5, with 4, with 3. Hero pulls up for 3 straight away. Air ball as the horn sounds to end the third quarter. And for the first time tonight at the end of a quarter, Chicago leads the game.
The Chicago Bulls won the second quarter, and now they've won the third quarter. But their fourth quarter is going to come extremely important to both these teams' season moving forward.
Chicago was 31-9 this year with a head after 3. Miami, when trailing, was 15-32. Just putting it out there. You can pretty much throw all those numbers out in the elimination game. I get it. Off to the fourth we go. Here in Miami, Chicago 68, Miami 67. This is the NBA play-in tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
There's no better place to get in on the MLB action than FanDuel. Just go to FanDuel.com/play to sign up. FanDuel, official partner of Major League Baseball.
21 plus in select states. First online real money wager only. $10 deposit required. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See full terms at FanDuel.com/sportsbook. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under an agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit FanDuel.com/RG in Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Tennessee, and Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. 1-800-522-4700 or visit KESGamblingHelp.com in Kansas. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. Visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net in West Virginia.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster. No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
With you inside our Granger Studios. We are through 3 quarters here in the NBA on ESPN Radio.
Vucevic, one-arm rebound and an outlet pass to Levine. Punched it with the right hand at the other end. Another bucket in the paint for the Bulls, who grabbed the lead 60-58, just our 4th lead change of the game.
Miami would go back in front, but as we make the turn for home, a DeMar DeRozan three-point play in Chicago will carry a 68-67 lead at the start of the 4th quarter. Back to Kaseya Center. Winner is the 8th seed. Loser is done. Bulls Heat with Corey Alexander. Here's Sean Kelly.
All right, Kevin, 12 minutes on the clock. Corey noted earlier that since January 1, the Bulls have been number 1 defensive rating. Here's how Miami's scoring has gone. 29 in the first, good quarter. Since 20 in the second, 18 points in the third. As a result, Chicago leads by 168-67.
The Bulls have gotten comfortable here in South Florida, and we'll see if they can get comfortable enough to win this quarter, or at least tie to continue their season into the NBA playoffs.
Inbound to Hero, and a leg kicked out. It's going to be a foul here as he tried to catch and shoot. Yep, that's exactly what happened. He kicked his right leg out. He was catching off the baseline and kicked the leg out and turns it back over.
It's going to be the offensive foul on Tyler Hero there.
Miami's shooting is 35.5% for the game now. So turnovers to start the quarter. Chicago ball the end to our right. DeRozan to the top of the circle. Shoots. It swirls out. No good. Rebound for Miami.
Drummond back on the floor, making the play for another offensive rebound.
Lowry takes the dribble to the foul line, the broken line. Turns, shoots a fader, and scores over White.
And this is where the Heat need Kyle Lowry to step up and be the leader that Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra brought him here to be. In moments like this,
he had 33 last game. That would have been a season high, but that doesn't count toward the regular season or the postseason. The play-in tournament stats are kind of like this limbo thing. Step back three, White. Good. Shook loose Lowry, and the Bulls lead by 2.
And you mentioned since January the 1st, Kobe White has played great basketball down the stretch for the Chicago Bulls, especially the second half of the season.
Hero comes from underneath the goal. Plays catch with Lowry. Tyler Hero between the rings. Shoots for 3, blocked by Drummond. Hero gets the loose ball. Dumps to Martin. Corner left 3. Ripped it. He was wide open in front of the Miami bench. And Miami is retaking the lead 72-71.
And what was almost disaster for the Heat turns out to be a blessing.
DeRozan drives, dishes, wing right, Beverly. Bumped by Lowry. Beverly drives. Nice pass inside to Drummond. Catches and dunks with 2 hands. He tried to pull the rack to the floor.
And we've seen both of the backup centers come into this game and have an immediate effect. Kevin Love for the Heat and Andre Drummond for the Bulls.
Beverly's cranked it up defensively now. Trying to reach in the cookie jar. Lowry shoots a leaning 3, top of the arc. No good. Guess who's there for the board? Drummond for Chicago. Outlet pass to Patrick Williams. He'll peel back, wait for friends. Skip pass to the wing left. Here comes DeRozan. Rips through Martin and dunks it with the right hand. Fouled on the play.
Surprising that Caleb Martin did not recognize when that whistle was blown to continue with his foul and not allow DeMar DeRozan to finish. Martin tried to stop from getting the foul, pulls his hands back. But that just shows a little bit of youth on Martin. That's one, if you hear that whistle, you've got to keep your hand down and stop DeMar DeRozan from getting that easy basket on continuation.
Free throw for DeRozan. He thought he missed it. He started going to the rim, but it drops in. This is the largest lead of the game for Chicago. 4. 76-72.
Side note, Kyle Lowry tending to his knee on the bench right now. Has missed a lot of time throughout this season with injuries. And after that last possession, checking out of the game, going over, getting his knee checked out.
He got back off that knee injury mid-March-ish. He had started his first 44 appearances this year and has played off the bench since. And it's the left knee right now for Lowry. Kick ball. Miami maintains possession here at the end of our left. Hero on the dribble out near the center jump circle. Now between the rings. Drives left side. Leaner off the left side of the lane. Got a member's bounce to drop it in. His leaner is kind of like a baby face-up. He's done that a couple of times tonight.
And does a great job getting in that mid-range and going to his dangerous weapon, which is that jump shot, and not trying to get all the way to the rim.
Double figures now for Hero. He's just the third Miami player in double figures. Rosen, front court left. Bulls lead is at 2. Working on Martin. Pull-up jumper at the nail. In and out, no good. Tip, follow in. Second chance bucket again for Andre Drummond.
And you think about the production that the Bulls have gotten from Drummond and Vucevic in this game. Those two guys have been difference makers in the painted area in comparison to Bam Adebayo, who hasn't been able to get it going offensively.
Martin attacks the rim. Cross contact. He missed it. It'll go to the line. And we'll shoot 2 free throws with 8:43 to go in this fourth quarter. While we have an opportunity, let's go ahead and pause here for 10 seconds. 10 seconds for station identification. This is the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
The ESPN New York app is here. Stream all your favorite 98.7 shows and live games. Download it now. WEPN-FM, New York.
The great Brian Neal's our engineer tonight. The Chief, John Martin, producing here in Miami. And alongside Corey Alexander, I'm Sean Kelly. We are down to it with regard to the season. Chicago and Miami playing for a spot in the postseason field. 78-75 Chicago. Second free throw, front iron, no good for Martin. So the Bulls lead is 3 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Lowry remains seated and unable to get back into the ballgame. Rosen turns, shoots, elbow right. Got it to bounce off the rim twice and go in. The foul will send him to the line. He took a little hip check here. And it's Martin again who's been worked over by DeRozan.
And Caleb Martin is a very good defender. But the problem is he's having to go up against a great offensive player in DeMar DeRozan, who, of course, knows his way around this NBA, has been an all-star multiple times. Jimmy Butler, who's probably a better defender, is spending his time trying to defend Zach LaVine. And so right now, Billy Donovan going at Caleb Martin. At this level of basketball, no guy can stop the other guy one-on-one. You're going to need help. It's simply about, can he make it tough on DeMar DeRozan? And he hasn't been able to do that here in the third quarter. Forgive me, fourth quarter.
DeRozan's over 1,000 career games now. Eclipsed that milestone in late January. 80-75. Second free throw is good. So at the line now, Chicago 9 of 11 for the game. Adebayo from the right side of the lane, got in the color, passed up a shot against Vucevic, out to Hero. Thought about shooting, then tried to pass. It draws contact to the elbow. And that may have been a bailout whistle there. That's going to be 4 now on Beverly. And Billy Donovan's got to get Beverly off the floor, sends Kobe White back into the game.
But Kobe White has grown as a defender this season. Of course, Patrick Beverly coming to the Bulls in February truly helped this team out defensively. But the young players like Kobe White they've gained the message from Billy Donovan. They got to defend the play.
Lob to the rim. Butler unable to gather and put it through. Loose ball foul as a result of the missed shot. The foul's going to be on DeMar DeRozan. That's a very contested lob to the rim as Butler was hip-to-hip with Levine and both in the air.
Yeah, Levine did a great job really disrupting that, but DeMar DeRozan just in the wrong place at the wrong time with the contact on Jimmy Butler.
Into Butler, who's been quiet. Deep right wing, works his way to the edge of the lane, shoots a fader, rattled out, no good. Hit the rim twice and a rebound for Kobe White. And so Butler now is 7 for 18 from the field.
And now Jimmy Butler defending DeMar DeRozan, so let's see if Zach LaVine gets it going offensively.
White catches wing right from Caruso. Kobe into the paint here, lost the handle against Strus. They both go to the deck for it and grab a hold. We'll have a jump ball in the circle to our right with 4.9 on the shot clock.
Surprising that basketball did not touch the hands of Zach LaVine. He was on the other side of the floor while basketball was being played. On the right side, he was on the left side. But Miami making the switch to send Jimmy Butler over to try to cool off DeMar DeRozan.
Two guys in their fourth year will jump for it in the circle to our right, Strus and White. Chicago's got to hurry if they win this jump ball. They're up by 6, 81-75. Miami's still shooting south of 37% after scoring 29 points in the first quarter. 7:45 here to go in the fourth quarter. It would almost be unthinkable for Miami to lose 2 games at home this week in this situation. Jump ball won by the Heat, so they get a stop, and we'll bring it across. Martin around the angle screen by Butler, shovels it to Strus near the top of the arc. Underhand toss to the top of the key. Adebayo downhill, fouled as he's approaching the rim. Vucevic rakes him across the forearms, and we'll send him to the free throw line.
And I know Vucevic, of course, is the starter for the Chicago Bulls, but with the contribution that Andre Drummond has given the Bulls here in the third and fourth quarter, here in the second half, be interesting to see if Billy Donovan goes back to Drummond at some point, because he's a better defensive matchup for Bam Adebayo, especially when Adebayo is trying to get downhill.
Free throw good by an 81% free throw shooter, Bam Adebayo. Fourth team foul, meanwhile, on Chicago. And at the rate Drummond's going, partner, he's going to fool around and get a double-double. He's already sitting at 8 rebounds, 6 points. He's got 8 double-doubles on the year. Second free throw. Got it out. So the lead is 5 for Chicago, 81-76. Later on, after we're done here in Miami, we'll get set for Wolves and Thunder. Mike Cousins and Kalena Azubuike will have the call here on ESPN Radio. Shot clock at 14, ball kicked out of bounds, sideline right. So Kobe White on the trigger here near the Bulls bench, and he'll step away and Levine will take his spot. Put it into Vucevic between the circles. Give it to Levine, tries to turn the corner. Now gets loose down the lane. Collision, blocking foul. Strus. Well, it had a foot on the restricted area arc in front of the rim.
I'm shocked that it's taken 3 possessions of the defensive switch of Jimmy Butler going over and guarding DeMar DeRozan to get the basketball in the hands of Zach LaVine, and it happens off of a sideline out-of-bounds play. But Zach LaVine's level of intensity and his sense of urgency getting to the basket has been different here as this game has gone along.
Same as it was the other night in Toronto. By the way, replay just showed that there was nothing even close to the restricted area. So a very, very tough block charge call for Josh Tiven. Levine looking to split these 2 opportunities. Did it. He missed the first, got the second. 82-76. This matches the largest lead now by the Bulls. Inside, Butler slithers to the rim. He sneaks around DeRozan to score it right at the cup.
Yeah, that sidestep by Jimmy Butler was beautiful to be able to avoid DeRozan coming over to help.
Butler's got 20. Butler with a steal off the elbow. 2-on-1. Butler will keep, lays it up and in.
Now this is playoff Jimmy. This is the Jimmy Butler we've been expecting to see for the last 7 quarters of basketball here in Miami.
Here comes that Miami crowd. Bulls lead down to 2. 6:25 to go. Caruso across the top of the key. Throws it back wing left. White for three. Good! What a shot by Kobe White.
You talked about the energy in this building. Kobe White stepping up, knocking down a huge three off the find of Alex Caruso to silence the crowd momentarily.
Timeout, Heat. 6:17 to go, fourth quarter. It's going to be down to the wire. Better stay with us. Chicago 85, Miami 80. You're listening to the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
40 days up to 40 pounds. Say it with me, 40 days up to 40 pounds. With the warmer days of spring approaching, you need to get rid of that oversized sweatshirt and reach out to NJ Diet. You will lose a contractually guaranteed 20 to 40 plus pounds in only 40 days. They use your hair, saliva, and blood work along with bioenergetic scans to personalize natural solutions and supplements that get your body into the fat-burning zone so you can finally lose that weight. Then, NJ Diet uses DNA info to help you keep it off. You will be slimmer before this summer with the help of NJ Diet. And best of all, it's contractually guaranteed. You are fully supervised the entire time to make sure you're burning fat and not just losing water. And you even get the doctor's personal email and phone number. Locations throughout New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, or available worldwide with live online video consults. Call 855-5NJ-DIET or schedule your consultation today by going to NJDiet.com. That's NJDiet.com. 40 days up to 40 pounds. 40 days up to 40 pounds.
As the official cerveza of Major League Baseball, Corona allows fans to enjoy the finer life of sports. Throughout the 2023 season, Corona will be giving fans an opportunity to win tickets to the World Series. Don't miss your chance to cheer on your favorite team on the biggest stage. For complete details, including how to enter, see official rules at ConstellationBrandSweepstakes.com/thebiggame. Relax responsibly. Corona Extra Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. The sweepstakes is in no way sponsored, administered, executed, or produced by any MLB entity. Major League Baseball trademarks and copyrights are used with the permission of Major League Baseball.
When you support City Harvest, you do more than just provide hundreds of millions of pounds of food to millions of hungry New Yorkers. You feed hope for a kid up in Parkchester. You feed confidence for a first-in-her-family Queens College freshman. You feed community for folks in Canarsie Park. You feed compassion for retired Staten Island nurses who continue to serve. You feed strength for office workers in Manhattan. When you support City Harvest, you feed good. Support us at cityharvest.org.
Kevin Richard with Insider Granger Studios. Reminder, Minnesota and Oklahoma City, the West 8-seed play-in tournament game. That'll follow as soon as we are done in Miami. We're going to tip it off about 40 minutes from now. The Minnesota Timberwolves say Rudy Gobert is a complete go. He's a go tonight. Had been dealing with back spasms. Of course, he was suspended the last time out. We got a good one here tonight in Miami. Chicago 85, Miami 80 with Corey Alexander. Here's Sean Kelly. Hey, Corey, though, low scores in the 80s. This has got to take you back to your playing days, right?
Kevin, it absolutely does. We got a shot of Alonzo Mourning, of course, here earlier in the game. And not only that, but if you think about these two teams, the Bulls, the Heat, you go back to the 90s when these two teams were facing off in the Eastern Conference Finals. Michael Jordan, Dennis Rodman going up against Alonzo Mourning, Tim Hardaway. It doesn't get any better than this. I mean, a win or go-home game, you got to love this. 90s basketball here in 2023.
I mean, we're just about 10 oversized uniforms away from having the whole look
baggy
down.
shorts,
yeah.
Bring them back, baby.
Heat ball to the timeout, down by 5. 85-80. We got about a half a quarter to go in regulation. Jimmy Butler to the right side of the lane. Walled off by Zach LaVine. He doesn't have a dribble. Spin, shoots a fader. That's blocked by LaVine. Loose ball for Caruso. Caruso brings it up himself. Hits a trailing Vucevic. Refeed Caruso with a headband on. From in front of his own bench. Drives to the lane. Pass up a layup. Gives to Vucevic. Baseline right jumper. Didn't go from mid-range.
The Vucevic has been getting those looks and knocking him down throughout this game. Alex Caruso trusting him on that.
Chicago holding Miami to 38% shooting for the night. Butler all alone here. Block left against Caruso. Takes him to the rack. Puts it up. In and one. That's grown man stuff right there. And Jimmy Butler will go to the line looking to make this a 2-point affair.
And everyone in the arena supporting the Miami Heat has been waiting to see this Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy, the guy they've grown to know and love, who was a 3-point shot away from sending the Miami Heat to the finals a season ago, and he's shown up here in the fourth quarter.
And he is now the game's leading scorer with that make. 24, make it 25 with the made free throw. Butler is putting it onto his shoulders. He's got the last 7 Miami points. It's 85-83. Bulls lead in ball the end to our right. Vucevic to Levine, top of the arc. Thought about probing, backs up, steps right, shoots for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebounded by Bam Adebayo for Miami.
You don't mind
10 to go.
You don't mind that shot from Zach LaVine, but he's had success when he's been in attack mode going downhill.
Butler tries baseline right, hits a diving Strus catch and a layup scored. Timeout Chicago. All tied at 85 with 5 minutes and 1 second remaining.
And all Jimmy Butler during this recent stretch, putting his team on his back, trying to get the 8th seed in the NBA playoffs.
Buckle up. 5:01 to go. 85 aside. We'll take a break. This is the NBA Play-In Tournament on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
NBAstore.com, the official online store of the NBA, and the world's largest selection of officially licensed NBA fan gear. With unique designs by Fanatics, Nike, and all the latest styles for every NBA team, plus one-of-a-kind products and authentic collectibles. Shop now and get today's special offer. NBAstore.com, a Fanatics experience.
Nerds. At NerdWallet, we often see people blocked when making financial decisions. Take Harold.
Coach, these credit card offers, they're everywhere.
Harold, look, it's tough out there, but you have got this. With NerdWallet on your team, you will make the smartest play with side-by-side comparisons of top credit cards.
Whoa, a card that rewards me for buying sports gear. Let's go get that cash back, team.
NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
Scott for Scott's here. Do you hear that? Bring the mic in close. That's not how the grass should sound. There's weeds everywhere in this lawn. It's time to take action with Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action. It gets 3 jobs done at once. Kills weeds, prevents crabgrass, and feeds your lawn so it keeps growing strong. Ah, much better.
Get a bag of Scott's Triple Action today. It's guaranteed, or your money back.
Feed your lawn. Feed it.
Broken bricks, falling fences, damaged doors? Gorilla Glue. Of course. It's incredibly strong and 100% waterproof and bonds, well, virtually everything. While you're at it, look for Gorilla Tape, a heavy-duty double-thick duct tape, and Gorilla Super Glue, great for all your quick fixes and repairs. There's also Gorilla Epoxy, Gorilla Wood Glue, Gorilla Construction Adhesive, of course. You get it. If you can break it, Gorilla can fix it. For the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
You're with you inside our Granger Studios. I want to thank all of you who logged on to our Twitter account at NBA on ESPN Radio to vote in the AutoZone in the Zone poll question. 81% of you said Jimmy Butler would be the player to get in the zone. He wasn't for a while. He was struggling. He's got it going now in the fourth. He's got 25. And moments ago, Max Strus knocked down his first points of the second half. And with 5:01 to play, we got a brand new ball game, 85 apiece, Miami and Chicago. Corey, Sean, back to you in South Florida.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much. Kind of as we thought it might play out tonight. And keep this in mind as we go down the stretch. Miami won 24 games this year by 5 points or less, tied for most in the NBA. Guess what? Tied. Here, 5:01 to go, 85 aside.
But the momentum clearly on the side of the home team, the Miami Heat, who have won this fourth quarter so far by 1 point behind this game. But right now, the energy is on their side trying to get into the playoffs.
Chicago ball out of the timeout. White from the left sideline. Tries, kicks to Vucevic, corner right. Swinging around the horn to DeRozan. Wing left. Long one. Got it. It's a long 2 knocked down by DeMar DeRozan. The lead is for Chicago at 87-85. So DeRozan has stepped up. Strus. Pull up for 3. Angle right. Off the iron, no good. Ball's loose for the Miami bench. And the Heat trying to save it. See Adebayo come up close and personal with his bench mates.
Yeah, great job by Kobe White getting in there and not allowing Bam Adebayo to have that offensive rebound, gaining possession back for the Bulls.
4:20 to play. Chicago ball with that 2-point lead. Levine has it in his hands, front court right. Drives around the screen, attacking the rim, turns his back to the goal, threw uphill and threw it away. Stolen by Tyler Hero. Hero, into the paint for Martin. Collides into a Bulls defender, ball's out, and Chicago gets it right back. Levine splits two, goes to the rim, lays it up. Oh, he missed it. Off the side of the rim and a loose ball foul as Butler grabbed a hold of the rebound. He's clipped by Levine here, and he'll take a long walk to the other end for bonus free throws.
And I think Levine was really more so showing a sign of frustration that he missed that layup and didn't get a call. Jimmy Butler just happened to be there getting the contact, so now sends Jimmy Butler back to the free throw line. And this was the danger of playing against the Miami Heat, him getting to the line 5 for 5 so far in this game, but we may see Jimmy here much more over the remaining 3:59.
Chance to tie the game. First one's good. 26 for Butler. Tonight's attendance at Kaseya Center, 19,678. It is sold out. Our attendance tracker, as always, brought to you by Vivid Seats, where you earn rewards with every purchase. Vivid Seats Rewards is your ticket to more tickets. Vivid Seats, life happens live. And now, looking to tie the game. Butler raises, shoots. He did it. 87, 3:59 to go. Miami has a foul to give. Chicago does not, obviously. Rosen, hard bounce pass to White, angle left three. Got another one. That's 4 threes in the game for Kobe White. Lead back to Chicago. Timeout Miami.
Kobe White stepping up and making big plays for his team. That's the second three-point field goal that he has hit, forcing Eric Spoelstra to call a timeout, stopping the momentum of the Miami Heat.
It's all hands on deck. That's what Eric Spoelstra said to us in our conversation prior to the game. Sure enough, a lot of hands have had some kind of a touch on this game. Strus early, Caruso early, Kobe White here. Jimmy Butler emerges. This is everything you and I could have asked for with regard to the finale of the play-in tournament in the East.
It absolutely is that, and of course you've got two teams who have very similar styles of play. They're defense-first teams, but of course who will be the person that steps up and makes shots at the end of this game? And so many different guys have gotten involved in that. And again, Kobe White has made 2 big threes down the stretch here for the Chicago Bulls, and on the other end of the floor, it's been Jimmy Butler. He's been the guy here in the fourth quarter. A usual suspect for the Heat, an unusual suspect for the Bulls. However, they'll take them any way they can get them.
All right, the key for each side here with just 3:45 to go. How do you see this going down the stretch?
Well, at the end of the day, you've got to find a way to get stops. Now, of course, we have a low-scoring game, but still, it's going to be about who can be the best defensive team over the remaining 3:45 of this one. And that team will move on and get the Milwaukee Bucks in the playoffs.
In case you're wondering, Chicago, who is a big rival of the Bucks, clearly, those two teams split the 4-game set in the regular season, 2-2. Just put that out there. Bulls lead by 3. Miami ball, though, coming out of the Heat timeout. Butler into the paint, stripped as he tried to split 2. And the ball is into the hands of Kobe White.
And trying to get the foul, Jimmy Butler exposes the basketball. When you stick your arm straight out, you're less likely to get that call.
So Miami turns it over for the 14th time tonight. Only 6 points scored, though, so far off turnovers for Chicago. Bounce pass up top. White pump fake on the 3. Euros down the lane. Too hard off the glass. A little too much gas on it. Cleared by the Heat. 3 minutes to go. Hero wing right, crossover, and then Levine, who got lost on it, pokes it loose from behind, out of bounds, baseline right.
Great job by Zach Levine recovering on that play. Tyler Hero got him with the crossover, but Zach Levine did not give up on the play, showing off his defensive prowess on that possession.
No hurry here, 16 to shoot. Strus will throw it in out of almost the right corner. It's the Hero, guarded by Caruso. Steps past him, launches a baseline right jumper, and splashed it home. 90-89. Miami back within 1.
If you think back to the playoffs a season ago, Tyler Hero wasn't healthy and wasn't very effective down the stretch. But he's stepping up here and making big plays for his team, trying to get him back to the playoffs this year.
2 timeouts aside, 2:35 on the clock. DeRozan, top of the arc, puts it to the right elbow, rises, shoots against Butler, missed it, rebounded by Adebayo. So Miami, who was in the Eastern Conference Finals this time last year, just trying to play it in now. Butler spins block left, step through Levine, scoops, scores, and drew the foul. Amazing Jimmy Butler finish. How many different moves did he just show us here with 2:17 to go?
And not only did Jimmy Butler show us different moves, he went through multiple defenders, went through a double team initially to get to the third defender and pick up the foul on that possession, but the concentration to finish, which has been a struggle for Jimmy Butler really in the first 7 quarters of this play-in tournament, but the fourth quarter has been a different story for Jimmy Butler.
Foul on Vucevic. Oh, he missed the free throw. And the ball squirts out of bounds off Adebayo. It'll be Chicago ball, length of the floor to go. Patrick Beverly has returned to the game now for Billy Donovan, replacing Kobe White. So it's Vucevic, Beverly, Levine, Caruso, and DeRozan. The 5 starters on for Chicago. For Miami, Martin is out there now with Adebayo, Jimmy Butler, Hero, and Strus. DeRozan dribbles hard to the right side of the lane, deep. Got walled off, they swing it all the way around. Caruso, corner left 3, long, weak side rebound for Martin. Miami leads by 1, under 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Butler, front court left. Walks the dribble, now speeds up through the top of the arc, into the paint. Underhand pass under the goal to Adebayo. Change sides of the rim, right to left, and fouled as he shot with the right hand. More free throws coming for Miami. And right now, that is arguably one of the key differences in the game. It's 20 points scored at the line for Miami, 10 for Chicago. Simplistic, I know, but that one's out of whack.
It's been a huge difference. And Miami came in to start this fourth quarter 15-15 from the free throw line. However, they missed 3 here in this fourth quarter. And Bam Adebayo picked up the first one. Or shall I say they have made their last 15 free throws coming into this fourth quarter.
Adebayo 1 for 9 from the field, but 4 of 5 at the line. Oh, yeah, he's got 16 rebounds in the game.
Hasn't been a great offensive performance from Bam Adebayo. However, he stuck to the plan, 6 to the script, 16 rebounds, as you mentioned, 4 assists. Even though he's 1 for 9 from the field, he's still been effective on the other end.
DeRozan spins down the right side of the lane, and contact with Martin will draw a whistle. So loud in here, you could not hear the whistle of Tony Brothers. Miami had the foul to give here underneath 2 minutes remaining.
Caleb Martin on the floor right now, but you have to think about the fact that if Kyle Lowry, and we're assuming that he's not healthy, but if Kyle Lowry's healthy, would he be on the floor at this point of the game? Right now, Caleb Martin, of course, probably the best defender to go defend either Zach LaVine or, DeMar DeRozan, because you have 2 dynamic scorers as DeRozan misses the first free throw. But you have to wonder, would Kyle Lowry be on the floor if healthy?
They said DeRozan was in the act of shooting, but his partner just said he missed the front end.
So what would Rasheed Wallace say?
What's that?
What would Rasheed Wallace say?
Oh, don't lie. Your point about Lowry, though, is very well taken here with 93 seconds remaining. Heat by 3. DeRozan knocks down the second offering. So he is 8 of 9 at the line. 26 now for DeMar DeRozan. 93-91. Miami lead in ball. 1:26 to play. Adebayo up top with it. Immediately gives to Butler above the left foul line extended. Guarded by Caruso. Butler dribbles to the top of the arc. Turns the corner. Leads for Strus. Wing right 3. Bottom. For Strus. 5-point lead for Miami with 1:13 left and maybe the season for Chicago. DeRozan into the paint. Out of the crowd to Vucevic. Swing it back up top for Levine. Levine drives hard. Below the left foul line extended. Wing left jumper. Bank shot. Off the front iron. No good. Minute to go. Miami with the ball and up by 5. A trip to Milwaukee on the line. Butler between the circles. Drives right to the screen by Adebayo. Gets under the rim. Dumps it to Strus. Corner left 3. No. But there is a whistle. They knocked him into the Miami bench.
They're going to get a foul on Alex Caruso.
Oh, wow.
And that's going to be 3 free throws from Max Strus. It was so loud in the building, you couldn't hear the whistle. And many of the players didn't even know that play had stopped and the foul was called in the corner.
Timeout, Chicago. Bulls are using the timeout to challenge the call here in the left corner.
And this is why you hold on to your challenges, to be able to challenge plays as such. Alex Caruso goes out, and there is contact with Max Strus in that corner. And it doesn't take much. All it does say, if you have some type of contact, I doubt very seriously that this call will be overturned. Most likely we will see Strus at the free throw line with an opportunity to make the...
We're going to score an unsuccessful challenge. There'll be 3 shots, and they lose their timeout.
So you'll lose the timeout as well. So 40.7 seconds remaining. 96-91. Bulls have 1 timeout at their disposal. Miami 2. And these 3 free throws not only might punctuate a signature night for Max Strus, but may just push Miami right back into the playoffs where they had to exit last year in the Eastern Conference Finals.
It absolutely can do that. One of the things we've seen down the stretch here, Sean, if you go back and you look at the 3 that Max Strus knocked down in comparison to on the other end of the floor, the play that Zach LaVine had to go to try to get a shot, Miami's done a better job of creating opportunities for their teammates throughout this game than the Chicago Bulls have. The Chicago Bulls, of course, have more assists. But down here in this fourth quarter, it's been about Miami sharing the basketball, looking out for their teammates, stepping up and making big plays.
First one's down for Strus. Second one's in. He's got 30. Max Strus, 11.5 points per ball game. Has 31 points as he knocks down all 3 free throws. Miami is 25 of 28 at the line. LaVine drives to the rack, lays it up, blocked by Adebayo. Loose ball foul on the ensuing catch. It's going to be against White, and it's going to put Miami back on the line, up by 8 with 33.8 seconds to go.
And Bam Adebayo struggled offensively, but has done everything else his team could have asked of him. 17 rebounds, and probably the biggest block shot of the night for Bam, who seems to just have a knack of coming up with big blocks at the right moments. You remember the one way back in 2020 in the bubble where he blocked Jason Tatum's dunk going to the rim to send his team to the final?
It was one of the best plays in the bubble. There's no doubt.
And that one may have been the play that sends his team to the playoffs. An opportunity now to make this a 9-point lead.
Big deep breath by Adebayo. He's got 17 rebounds and now 8 points, 6 of which have come at the line. The lead is 9. Half a minute to go. LaVine for 3, no good. Rebound Jimmy Butler, and Caruso will foul him immediately.
And Sean, you mentioned early in the game, the Miami Heat 12-1 on the season when holding their opponents under 100 points. And right now the Chicago Bulls with 91 most likely will end this game under 100. And this is the recipe for success for the Miami Heat. We knew coming in this would be a defensive battle, which with 26.8 remaining has been won by the Miami Heat.
They're going to beat the Bulls for the first time this year. And it couldn't have come at a better moment for Miami and their fans, no doubt.
You asked me before the game, the fact that the Bulls have swept this series, what does that mean for this one? And what did I tell you?
Nothing. Early on, though, I was concerned about turnovers. Because that's how Chicago had beaten them during the regular season. But boy, tell you what, Miami has turned their week around in 48 hours. Here's White for three up top. Shoots strong. And that's going to do it. A rebound for the Miami Heat. 15 seconds remaining. Standing ovation from Heat Nation. Jimmy Butler, fittingly, will dribble this out. Butler with 31 points alongside Max Strus's 31 points. Miami wins it and is headed for the postseason. They will be the number 8 seed in the Eastern Conference playoffs, and they will make their 12th playoff appearance in the last 15 years under Eric Spoelstra. It's off to Milwaukee for Miami. Unfortunately for the Chicago Bulls, their season comes to an end tonight, just a couple of days after becoming one of the first ever 10 seeds to win a play-in game. This was a fun one tonight. It kind of sort of played out the way we thought. Nobody saw Max Strus coming, though, partner.
No, and we talked about who would be the X factor in this game. I thought it would be Kyle Lowry because of the way he stepped up on Tuesday night for the Miami Heat. However, it was Max Strus, 31 points, scored the first 12 points of this game for the Miami Heat, 4 or 5 from beyond the three-point arc. Unfortunately, this game didn't come down to 3 points where he had 3 taken off the board. He really had 34 points in this one, but I'm not going to, bring about that.
Let that one go. 102-91, the final score. It ends up being a double-digit win for Miami in a ballgame that saw a number of lead changes and a couple of ties in the second half. We're awaiting one of our players to the game here at Miami. Strus and Jimmy Butler are visiting with our colleagues at TNT. We expect to see Max at our microphone here shortly enough. So it'll be Miami and Milwaukee in round one. Milwaukee has been patiently waiting. That's the one thing about the play-in is that everybody else gets a week off. So some would argue that Miami will go there kind of a full head of steam. Milwaukee obviously rested too. I do think it's going to be an interesting series between two very, very interesting head coaches in Mike Budenholzer and Eric Spoelstra.
I think it will absolutely be that. And if you ever look at any team going in with a game plan on how to defend another team, you can bank on the fact that the Miami Heat will absolutely be prepared to do that. Eric Spoelstra and his staff will be able to put together a game plan to at least try to slow down the Milwaukee Bucks. The question for Miami simply becomes, can they score enough points to compete with Milwaukee?
All right, Max Strus has put the headset on. Max, can you hear us okay?
Yeah.
Sean Kelly, Corey Alexander on ESPN Radio. Max, congratulations. 31 points tonight, 7 3-pointers. You were perfect at the line, 8 for 8. I'll also pass along you had 7 rebounds and a steal as well. What was the thing that got you going early on in this basketball game?
Seeing one go down. I just wanted to come out aggressive. I wasn't happy with my performance last game. I feel like I let the team down. So I just wanted to do my part tonight. And that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to come in and shoot the ball and make shots. So just did my job, and the team took care of the rest.
And, Max, what's the last 3 days been like for you? You talked about you weren't happy with your performance on Tuesday night. How antsy were you to get back on the court and somewhat to redeem yourself to yourself?
I was ready to play Monday night or whatever night we played, Tuesday night. I was ready to get back on right away. This team's, we're gritty. We find ways to win. And I'm just happy we're still going. I don't want to be done yet, and I'm looking forward to Milwaukee now.
Max, Chicago's defense did what they do in quarters 2 and 3. How'd you shake loose of that and get 35 points on the board in the fourth?
Get the ball to Jimmy Butler. It's pretty simple. He's a hell of a player. He's a superstar. He just makes the right play every single time. He's great for our team, and we're just gonna get on his back and have him carry us through the rest of this.
Max, what does it feel like when you go to the bench during a timeout and you have 3 less points when you come back out onto the floor? This is the second time that we know of in your career, once in the playoffs, now in the play-in, where you've had a 3-pointer taken off the board.
Man, I swear they hate me. I don't know what it is with my shoes or something, but every time they got to take 3 points away from me. But whatever, at least this one finished with a win.
That's correct. Max, congratulations. Thank you very much. Good luck in Milwaukee.
Thank you very much.
Yep, Max Strus, one of our stars of the game, no doubt. Game-high honors alongside Jimmy Butler, 31 points each in Miami's win. They recover from the loss to Atlanta. They'll go on to play against Milwaukee. Fun game tonight, partner. Appreciate all your work.
Absolutely, my man. Enjoyed it. We saw the real Miami Heat in the fourth quarter. We were missing those for the first 7 quarters of this play-in.
Right time, at the right time.
There you go.
That's right. For our great crew here in Miami and, of course, in Bristol. We'll get things wrapped up here and get you ready for Western Conference play-in action. Mike Cousins, Kalena Azubuike coming up. Once again, our final score, it's the Miami Heat 102, Chicago 91. For Corey Alexander, producer John Martin, and engineer Brian Neal, I'm Sean Kelly from Miami. So long and good night, and let's send it to Kevin Winter in the studio with the post-game show.
All right, guys, great job. Miami is moving on. They're the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. The NBA on ESPN Radio has been presented by Indeed. Need to hire? You need Indeed.com/credit. So now here's the question. Who's going to be the 8th seed in the West? The home team wins in the East. What about Chris Finch's Minnesota Timberwolves? How do they bounce back after losing a 15-point